live. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
on
to
the
do it.
live?
internet.
Is it the
Really?
internet?
I think
What?
it's the. Is
Where-
that the internet?
How
over
does
there?
this? What are the? What's that?
What are you guys doing here?
Maybe I should take my
What
clothes
are
off
you
and see if
doing?
we are live.
This is
What?
I don't live here.
Can't see.
Welcome everyone to a
Wait,
very
so we're gonna go on to
special
Twitch and see
episode
if
of
it's-
Decisions and Dragons.
No, that's
This. As you can see, we're all here in the same place. We can all play in person. Also, hi TikTok. I see you guys. You see that
Oh,
Twitch
yep.
channel right up there? Come over to that Twitch channel. You can see us in all of our space and all of our glory. We're gonna be playing some D&D tonight. But before that, as always, got a couple shout outs. Hey Brian.
Hey Cujo.
I'm excited about your first in-person shout out.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Oh,
where are you going?
I'm on.
We did not plan for
I'm on.
that.
Bye. Bye, internet.
The microphone's over here, buddy.
It doesn't matter. They can hear me. Always watching, waiting, judging. Anyway, so have you ever really wanted to let me get the picture? There I am.
There you go.
Perfect.
I like that you're also
Ever
looking
wanted
down.
to draw a map to where your fucks are given? Well, look no further. If you can use Incarnate to make different maps. This isn't where my fucks are. Those I no longer have. Definitely check them out. They're really awesome. And of course, shout out to Hero Forge. Look at this little mini. It looks huge on this little screen that I cannot direction. Hero Forge. You can make minis.
Back to you.
Hey, roll your fate. We see you. We love you. Jesus, I don't think there was anything to improve.
No notes.
No notes. Just do that again.
Yeah, that's
encore.
Uh,
Encore.
Do it again
I'll make it.
right now.
Yeah, once more with feeling. Another quick shout
I'll
out
jump on this
to the guys over at Monument Studios.
It's IKEA. Please don't.
Shout out to the guys over at Monument Studios. They've got gigabytes of Hollywood grade, awesome music for you to use for your TTRPG games. Also, big shout out to Sirenscape for being the soundboard of choice. For Monument Studios, by the way, if you go to their site and use code NERDHOUSE15, you get 15% off of your order. So definitely go check them out. They're fantastic. They're super nice. And I will shout out Foundry Tabletop. But we're not using it tonight because we have a table with mats and minis and things. And
With
So
with a
retro.
top
With
on
a
it.
top.
Yeah.
It's a table
Nice.
with a top on it.
I know.
So old school.
Super
Vintage.
old school. The only way it could be more old
Such a
school
vintage
is if we did
point.
not
I
have
know.
any technology and just had pencil and paper.
Yeah.
All
And I
right.
won't lie, that would be pretty fun at some point. But
That is going to be us tomorrow.
yes, it is. Huge shout out to Foundry Tabletop. They is an online virtual tabletop for use with whatever system you'd like to play. It is what we typically use when we're across the country from each other. So definitely check them out. They're fantastic. And then also just an additional shout out to @TheGhostForge on Instagram. They are a fantastic 3D printer and forger, and they made my hand of Vecna that I have sitting. It's dark. So definitely go check them out. They're fantastic. But
Thanks for bringing it. Anyway,
We still have
Killing Cedar
we still
first.
have that hand in my garage that we tried to make ourselves.
Yeah.
Just, I need you to just. We still have that hand in my garage.
yeah.
it's a severed hand.
Yeah.
Was that not clear?
Yeah.
Anyway, I believe it is time to jump in. So, when last we left this group of intrepid heroes, they had done battle with an archfey by the name of Novus, the one-time patron for our dear Faraday, who had begun an invasion into the material. Through the course of battle, Dermot and Faraday both seemed to achieve some new depths to their abilities through their connection to the Feywild, as they did away with their former affiliate, friend, associate, whatever you want to call them. Up to you.
Sure.
I'm not your mom.
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance, sure.
Business associate.
In the course of this event, it was revealed that Novus's new pet, as he put it so lovingly, was Zaziel, Cadriel's sister, who seemingly had developed some anger in the years since Cadriel had left their home. After ensuring the safety of Queen Titania in the Sealy court, they were then gifted with a transportation to wherever they would like to go on the material plane, and they chose Nicodranus, as that is where Cadriel's family is supposed to reside. They arrived. They made a quick stop for some mimosas and some drinks at the Pillow Trove. Came up with the game.
Not pillow trap.
Did I mess it up?
You said super.
What did I?
The lavish
Lavish
chateau. We're not into that.
You love how I'm the DM and I still forget shit that happened last week. Anyway, the party, just leaving the lavish chateau, are venturing with the intent of doing a reconnaissance mission.
Yep.
To Cadriel's family home. That's where we left our intrepid heroes.
Just a recon.
Recon all
Why
right.
are you looking at
Just
me?
recon.
Because you're the one who needs to hear it.
Your Renalphus is showing.
Oh god.
Oh.
I'm not even
Much
character
further.
yet. Me neither.
All right. So, you all step out onto the road and get a wonderful view of this seaside town and all of the people who wander about. You get a nice, relaxing breeze that rolls through the streets as you travel, following closely behind Cadriel. Is there anything you guys wish to do on your way there? Any shops you'd like to visit? Anything like that? Or are you just heading straight to Cadriel's home?
What time is it?
Yeah.
It
still
is
stocked up on
about
cheese.
midday.
Midday?
Yes.
But these would be
There's
different
lots of people out on the streets. You
Excuse
see
you.
multiple carts passing through with various goods. You see what look like some crews of sailors that have been relaxing and enjoying their time docked. The city is open to you.
I think on the way, Cad, as she gets closer to her neighborhood, probably is looking for anybody that she might know that may have or any of her family.
Okay. You make a perception check.
Yes, I do.
28.
Okay. With a 28, you definitely pass by some of your family friends, and they seem relatively relaxed. They don't seem to be on edge or anything as you're getting closer and closer to your home.
I would specifically ask them if they had heard from my mother or my father or even my sister.
We'll say you stop another just a human man. Give me a name.
Toby.
Oh, well, let me tell you. You invoke old Toby. We'll say Tobias.
Yeah, yeah.
An elderly human male. We'll say that you remember him visiting to enjoy dinner and maybe some conversation with you. As you approach and ask, he says, "I haven't heard from them in quite a bit. It looks like might have taken a trip or something. The house has been kind of quiet, but yeah, I haven't seen him for a little bit.
Even my siblings went with them.
Yeah, apparently. It was nice to see you. It's been a long time.
Well, I've been traveling. I was hoping to surprise them with my friends and
Oh, well,
To
this is
introduce
a nice little group you got with you. Oh, hey there, I'm Tobias. How you doing? Okay, you're a little...
Dermot over.
Ah,
At your
wonderful to
service.
meet. Oh, he's one of them charming ones. I like him.
that just is like,
He's 100% that neighbor that you're like, you want a quick conversation with, you don't want it to be drawn out.
well, thank you. Well, we've got to get going, unfortunately, but
Oh, sure. Hey, tell your parents I said hi.
I will definitely let them know.
Sounds good. He just meanders off down the street.
how far are
He
we
seems
from?
nice.
He is nice. He always finds something else to talk about.
You hear in the distance, hey, did you hear about that car crash that happened on the street?
How far away from your home?
I'd say with a 28, you're like a block and a half away.
You want me to send eyes ahead?
Perhaps it would be.
Is there an alley around here?
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere we can kind of just duck off the street real quick?
Sure. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No, it's just the speaker.
Oh,
It's
okay.
low on battery. We'll have to charge it. That's no big deal. Oh.
Oh.
I forgot. It was hooked up to my Surface Pro, which is now making the sounds. So we still have sounds from Sirenscape and Monument Studios. It's going to be a little bit difficult to hear for you guys. So still check them out anyway, because they're awesome. Okay.
You could always plug your speaker in now. Search for that.
Eh?
Eh?
You could do that.
What the fuck you just say to me?
Tina's
looking like, what the hell
Plug your
just
speaker in.
happened?
You could plug your speaker in now.
Or just find it while
It's too far.
the plug.
In-person gaming.
Yes.
Do we have?
I have no idea.
I don't know what I'm
I have one in my car.
That's fine.
Now I'm thinking about
Maybe at the break we can.
Yeah.
Have some.
Everything's fine.
Arthea, you're
Alleyway.
looking for an alleyway. Make me a perception check just for fun.
For no reason at all.
Definitely no reason. 23.
With a 23, you do spot a decent alleyway and a specific spot behind a couple of crates of what look like some supplies.
Oh.
It's like last minute.
Fuck. Get out of my alleyway.
Is somebody murdering wind chimes in that
Yeah.
alleyway?
Yes.
I investigate
Oh
these
my God.
poor wind chimes.
They speak to you.
It's fine.
There's like another speaking animate object. No. Yeah. So once I duck behind the thinky boxes,
Okay.
yeah, probably like old fruit or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to call out Stella.
Okay.
And just kind of talk to her real quick. Yeah.
Oh.
Remember the way to Cat's house?
Her eyes like squint for a moment and look up before she nods.
Yeah, sorry. And then I'll send her up
Okay.
to kind of just do a quick fly over and make sure that the home is still there and structurally intact.
Sure.
If it's less than 100 feet from where we are, I will go into her. I'll go put my sight into her for right now. If not, as we're walking a little closer, I'll do it.
Okay. You send her off and off into the sky. So sorry, just double checking. Are you seeing through her eyes right
It
away?
depends on how far away. Arthea would know how close we are
Sure.
since she's been here, but I don't know how close we are. So if we're not
Okay.
within 100 feet, I can't do it.
That's fair. I'll say that you're within 100 feet at this point.
Yeah. So then I will send my sight into hers.
Okay. Make me a perception check using Stella's. Does she just use your perception? Or-
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, make me a perception check for your beautiful owl.
While that's going on, can I roll a perception check?
What are you looking for?
Oh, a coffee shop.
A coffee shop.
Perfect. That's 22. Do I
22?
find a coffee shop?
So, as you see Arthea
Yeah.
dip around an alleyway, and you see Stella take off soon after, you steal this opportunity to glance around. You do find the Lucky Bean, a coffee shop on the corner that looks like there's people kind of coming in and out. It's a relatively quick and fast-paced shop, but you do see some people leaving with some small porcelain cups. You can assume filled with coffee.
Be right back.
And I just pulled.
Okay.
Right.
Cito just power walks.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
not even a. It is like a power walk. Like
And you were worried about me?
Should one of us go with?
Yes.
do I make it there?
As you guys are having your rock paper scissors moment, you wander into the Lucky Bee. See that there is a large counter with a piece of art on the back wall that looks sort of. I mean, it's a nice piece of art. It just shows like a siren, but it's like green and white, and it's kind of basic. It's not that exciting. But you
feel
see
like
this
that's actually
line
important.
of customers approaching and walking along the counter, and you see a whole team of people behind, making coffees, filling it with all different kinds of syrups and sugars and all sorts. But the line is quite lengthy. Do you get in line?
Good.
Yeah.
Uber Eats
Should have
it.
used the app.
Yeah.
I got little robots in here.
About how long do you work?
In the time that you
Oh my
watch,
God.
it takes about a minute for one person to be helped, and then they move to the end of the counter before the next. And you've got like 5 or 6 people.
Hmm.
I'll be back.
Oh wait, wrong voice.
I'll be back.
Alrighty. Do you remain in line or do you leave the shop? Regroup.
How you go and read?
Okay.
As you get around, Thurston was walking towards me. It's like, I'm sure I can just at least get them.
Arathea, what did you get first off?
15. Not stealth.
Okay.
Perception.
Or yes. still-
Okay. I was like, yeah.
No, you're good. Thank you, Fluffy, for all the likes. I see you. You
Man.
okay. You feel your sight go up and into Stella, and as you see through her eyes, you can see that the house is still standing. There's no. Just open the can, Dustin. I was like, why does it sound like there are crickets? The speaker's not there. What's happening? Jesus.
I was just trying to be respectful of the moment.
You're good. You can see. Oh my god. Basically, ASMR Dustin just pouring a cherry coke into his
Challenge.
goblet. Chalice, whatever you want to call it.
That is.
It's a
beautiful
chalice.
If you slurp that drink, I'm going to throw a cherry.
Well, I wasn't going to, but now.
I want to hit it so bad. There's too many electronics.
There's too many electronics. I'd have
Yeah.
to clean
True.
it up.
It's been pulling teeth trying to get everything in OBS to work.
I know.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, cool. You can see that I don't trust Dustin right now. You say you're good, but something else. You're gonna open like a bag of M&Ms as loud as possible.
Wife didn't buy me any
Borders.
We bought you Reese's Puffs.
Boxes of
There's 2 boxes.
I
of
love
Reese's
that the
Puffs.
comeback for you didn't buy M&Ms was we got you Reese's Puffs.
Did you see the ones they have now where it's like Reese's Cup stuff with
Mhm.
Reese's Puffs?
Yeah. Yeah.
In-person D&D TikTok. This is what we have.
I like TikTok.
And the Reese's cups with pretzel inside.
Oh.
chef's kiss.
That's like the take 5.
Take 5 is
Take
pretty
5 is
amazing.
my jam.
I think
You-
this is why D&D lasted 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
5 hours of bullshit.
But
What did you get on your perception? 15? Okay, so there's this new flavor of Reese's.
Which you
Mm-hmm.
you can see that there's no light coming from inside the windows. Now it is midday.
Yeah.
Windows
Windows are
are
intact.
yes.
Curtains drawn or not.
Curtains do appear to be drawn.
Okay.
Nothing on the outside that looks particularly suspicious. Everything seems calm and quiet.
Okay. Do you have a yard?
Sure.
Yeah, do your yard. Okay. So I'll do a circle around, kind of around the house, just to see, basically, if there appears to be anything that would indicate someone entering and not closing up before they left. So either anyone, say, exiting in a hurry, anyone doing anything like that, or any, I guess, indications of non-standard activities at the home or in the yard.
For that, I'm actually going to need an investigation check.
Okay.
So you're looking for kind
Yeah.
of more specific.
Yeah. I don't see any folks around though. Like in that initial pass, no, aside from usual neighbors on the street and such.
Right. You don't spot anybody on the property.
Yeah. All right. Real bad. 3.
The 3.
Wait. Yeah, 3.
Doing a bit more of a specific investigation of the area,
Yeah.
you don't see any marks or anything on the ground.
Okay.
Indigestion.
All right.
Already?
My stomach sucks. It just sucks. There's no other way to describe it.
Okay. Like to land on a windowsill.
Okay.
And like a bird just go.
Okay.
Land on a windowsill, and I'd like to see if I can find one where there's a curtain that's half drawn or something like that. I want to see if I can peer inside.
Okay. She flies to a windowsill. And just clarifying, is she pecking at the window?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
but she's a bird, so she's gonna see her face.
She pecks.
Mhm.
You hear something strange, and that is that the thing on the glass. This sounds a little weird, but come with me on this, okay? When you make a sound on a full pane of glass,
Mhm.
you hear the sound reverberate through the whole thing.
Mhm.
Pecks against the glass does not sound complete. It looks complete.
I'm gonna.
Back around before eventually beak flies through, moves through the image of glass.
What can I see inside?
Looking inside, everything seems to be in order.
Okay.
It's dark
Yeah.
inside. You don't see any evidence of any recent activity per se. Go ahead and give me one more perception check, given that you're sort of closer to
The inside.
the inside. It's going to be a different scene.
She's shoving her head.
Yeah, she's like just her.
Her teeny little owl face.
Yeah, just her teeny little owl face.
That sounded like
Yeah, she's she's going like that.
Okay.
Just poking it through, kind of just peeking in the space where the window pane is not. And I'm assuming as everyone else in the alley
Yeah.
with me
Yeah.
during this. Okay, then I
I'm
will
walking back from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just like matching.
probably back.
I feel like she just just like grab by
Do
the
you
back
have one
of
of
the
those
thing.
little kid leash backpacks?
Yes, we do.
Put your flower seeds in it and everything.
Oh,
That wasn't
racist.
cute.
Did you get a cocoa rush?
You're not wrong.
That
I
is
just like to put them just as a rock back.
that is Miss Jackson,
No
Okay.
copy this time.
With a Miss Jackson.
and I do have dark vision up to 120 feet.
Okay. With a Miss Jackson, as you lean in and take in the scene around you, a couple things you notice. One, that as you sit and perceive, you can start seeing almost like little dust particles
Mhm.
slowly appearing on some of the surfaces.
Mhm.
Not a lot, but just enough. Also, the glass that you are
Mhm.
poking your head through is slowly starting to close.
No problem. Yep. Gonna pull back out.
Okay.
Gonna pull back out. I will relay kind of everything that I'm seeing and that I'm discovering, at least that there is some form of illusion magic, something that is hiding the true state of the house. There's at least one window broken. There might be other other elements of the structure that are not as they appear. So we will want to tread very carefully.
As you're saying this, I need to know Stella's AC.
It's really low. It's fine. I have a brazier now. I can actually bring it back. It's real low. It's at 11.
As you are saying this, your vision that is currently with Stella snaps back to you,
Oh, yeah. They're going to die.
and you can recognize that Stella is not on the plane with you.
Yeah. She will stumble back.
Yeah.
At that point.
What's wrong?
Kettle try to.
Yep.
What happened?
Someone's there. Something's there. There is. When Stella goes in and, is investigating, and she is killed, she gets hunted back to her place. So something or someone noticed her.
Did you see what it was?
No. I didn't see anyone, but I think that the home is not all as it appears there. I think we may want to be very careful approaching. There may be someone waiting. It may also be, I don't know if it was a person or just a thing left. A present left for whomever was to come upon next.
Great. Super.
You guys are having this conversation. You hear something coming from the end of the alleyway, like further in, that if you were to go down the alleyway and turn left, it would lead to your home. You hear a little bit of movement inside of the alleyway.
That's just gonna piss out kind of. And then she's gonna go stealth mode herself.
Be on board with that?
Immediately go invisible.
Same here.
Right. I'm going to need stealth checks from everybody. Arathea and Faraday, you're going to get advantage.
Take that.
Cool. Awesome.
Wait, do
Awesome.
you want invisibility?
17.
I have an
Is
extra
it
one.
17?
28.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Wait.
Careful.
Oh,
Okay,
that one's hard to see.
I know.
That's pretty.
21.
What am I Mako dice?
15.
Oh, nice.
15.
11.
11.
Batman.
Batman.
That was with advantage?
Paraforce.
Woman.
This is the first time she's ever turned invisible. It's still a little hinky, guys. She can't see your feet.
Oh no! Did you do the thing where you
Yeah.
the light was folded wrong?
Yeah, it's the first time she's done it. Okay.
North Wolf and D&D Addiction, we see you. We love you. This is interesting. Oh, it's about to get a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I don't like that tone.
Well, it doesn't work.
I really don't like that tone.
I was just about to fly into a full Joker laugh. Maybe not the time. But let's just find our time.
It's when the music changes, that's how you know.
Yeah.
30.
Right.
28.
28. Oh, sorry. I was off by 2.
God.
God. I only have a plus 12.
Alright, and then Thurston, what'd you get?
That's a 4.
Okay. You all hug against the wall. You find
Bring
some
my
cover
wolf
to
too.
hide behind. A couple of you guys go invisible.
Cad's gonna move towards. She's gonna disregard this reconnaissance only mission and move towards.
She is.
Okay.
I'll follow.
You said you're moving towards the noise,
Yeah.
and you're following.
Yeah.
I'll say you two are going to notice this first.
As soon as I see you start to step away, I put a hand. I grab your arm, and as you turn around, I just say, "Be careful." Heroism.
As you start moving down the alley, you see this shimmer, like you're looking through a sheer curtain. Be seen behind, And as you approach this, actually, both of you give me perception checks. I'm going to say that this is going to be with disadvantage.
$24.
Okay.
12.
You can make out humanoid
Sorry,
form,
excuse me.
wearing some sort of cloak. That is what is shifting through and slowly creeping through this hallway, this alley. Tito, you keep your pendant with you, yeah?
14 hit points.
You feel it vibrate slightly.
Reach up to it.
As you reach up to it, you're investigating. Moment of silence, and then whoever said the familiar and is gone. You see the form turn, start moving.
Can I make out who it is?
Given whatever enchantment or spell is on them, you can make out like the outline of a shape, but details, given that it's still active, you cannot make out.
I'm gonna try to silently move to follow them, but as I pass Cito, just say,
Just as a quick note, you could only hear that in your
The
head. What the investigating whoever sent the familiar is gone.
whoever sent the familiar is gone.
I just
You hear. Yeah. Somebody have it. Disengage comms. The vibration in your amulet stops.
No one here. Uh-oh.
How loudly do you say that?
About as loudly as I just did.
I look at you.
Okay.
Just I'm looking to see what your reaction is.
Well, I'm invisible, so.
I look at Shit, I forgot she could do that.
It's like you forget how tall she is, so you're like.
And then I look at you.
Oh yeah, you can see me. So when he realized he failed, he's actually just like leaning against the wall, trying to be casual about it. Like, I'm
Hanging
totally
in the alley.
here. Like that's normal.
Thurston totally looks normal hanging out in the alleyway.
I definitely would have asked for a deception check if they had continued forward. But
Sure.
it worked out.
still want to move closer to see if I can see or catch a glimpse of who it is. If I recognize them, or if this is a hostage situation, or if they're just trying to figure out what the hell they're doing at my damn house.
As you come around that corner, following behind, I need you to make me another perception check.
With disadvantage again?
Yes, this will give you a disadvantage.
13.
With a 13, as you step around, the outline that you had been able to focus on is nowhere to be seen.
I can cast invisibility on two people. Think about it. That's okay.
I'm gonna kind of like crouch into a shadow and just like close my eyes for a second and listen to see if I can, being a stealthy person myself, to see if I can make out sounds.
Okay. You know what? Give me another perception check. This is going to be normal, not disadvantage.
Fucking 13.
13. You try to focus, but perhaps a combination of exhaustion from the Novus fight, the fact that you're back home and you feel the breeze against your skin, maybe because you can hear birds flying up ahead, you can't really pick up movement that you as a rogue could identify as somebody trying to stealthily.
And the last thing I'll do is, because Arthea said that Stella could, if there's a broken window, I want to try to perceive what the owl was seeing.
Okay.
To see if I can get any further information from it.
So are you approaching the window then?
I'm not going to stick my face in it, but I want to get close enough to where I can
Okay.
actually look at it.
What are the rest of you guys doing while Kat is slowly starting to approach?
You've gone like around the corner at this point.
Yes, at this point she's like out of sight as she is moving.
And Cito was like
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah, I'm
You were there
still.
Okay.
I kind of looked to the dude, just kind of not so much throw my hands up in the air, but just kind of like
look at Thurston. You're only looking at Thurston.
Like you
They're
do
invisible.
or do not.
Arthea's gesturing, but not thinking about the fact that she's invisible.
you're invisible too.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's just us, buddy.
I just kind of like
Yeah.
shrug at you and like
And she's also communicating silently because, it's a silent time.
You have that half second of frustration as you're gesturing and nobody's seeing
Like when
you.
you're on mute.
You're like, what the
you don't
fuck?
realize
And
you're on
then
mute.
you realize.
I'll be back.
Oh, do you think?
yeah, and I just look at you, shrug, and like
Go after her.
start
Right.
stealthing.
Go after her.
You just don't trip over the cords, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we go after her.
Go after.
Yeah. I'll go after. I'll give Dermot's like one of his horns like a small tug of like,
Mhm.
let's go.
Oh god, I'm getting pulled.
Hit the brown bag, please.
Oh, they're coming out.
Thank you. Jesus.
Mm.
No. So, just for those who are wondering at home, I have several scenery pieces that I've not yet painted, and it's far enough away that you can't tell. But just in case somebody can, don't judge me, okay? Whatever. So, say that this is going to be a house. Markers.
I also just realized that because my perception is one of the skills I have expertise in.
Yeah.
Both of those 13s
Teacher,
should
what
have
are you
been
looking for?
23.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Because I treat it as a 10 when I'm
Yeah.
Oh,
lower
that's
than
right.
mine.
That's right. Okay.
I just got that
Okay.
feature.
Literally.
Let me first look
What you going for?
What?
Markers.
markers. You guys have. If not, no big deal.
I will get them.
They're in your bag upstairs, aren't they?
Yep. Then we'll have an opportunity. So we'll say
If
that
you want to let it ride, that's fine. Just because I fucked that up. But
I'll just give you a little bit of insider info as you're still approaching.
I'm not kidding.
Unexciting dust. You do track the movements of that shape, and you can see that they are moving around the other side of your home, but they are sticking to the exterior.
Okay.
As you close your eyes to focus in, there's this faint hum. Not from a person, not from a machine or anything nearby, but there's this, you feel a little like tingle in your skin, like an arcane energy.
so it's kind of like when I recognize that Arthea is doing magic in my presence.
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
You get the similar idea, and the closer you creep up to your home, the more and more you feel.
And then in that case, I'll keep pursuing just to see if I could get more information, but I'm not going to engage at this point.
Okay.
Trying to stick to my word. That reconnaissance only.
Say, yard situation. We'll say that that is going to be your front door. Say that there's a garden thing here. What you want with that? And other than that, there are just some other haphazard buildings and structures around. Quickly, space set up. decently. So say that that's going to be to another street. We'll say where your Surface Pro is. We'll say that that's another building.
Okay.
And we'll say that this is going to open up to a large street.
Okay.
So, for my brain, we've got Cadriel
Mhm.
creeping up to the window. We've got Cedo, who's close behind. Then we've got the rest of you guys slowly making your way as well. That,
Yeah,
Uh,
I'd be able
if that works for you, you guys can orient yourselves however you like.
how that works.
No, Heidi in the back is good.
can we see Cat from here? Like, can we
Uh,
watch?
Kudu, do you want rings for the invisible people?
Um,
Matter?
it's not really gonna matter.
Oh.
Uh,
You're all gonna die.
You're all gonna
You're
I'm
all
gonna break
dead.
your concentration anyway.
Why is my phone? Come on,
Because
I had you. I did it. I know you do.
like a cat. I was like,
Fluffy,
Yeah.
thank you for the 10,000 likes on
Oh,
live.
geez,
Holy
Louise.
crap.
You just-
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah. One last note, Cadriel. As you move up to the window that Stella had just been, first off, in the ground nearby, you can see a small dagger. It's now imprinted into the ground. At a quick glance, just using your passive investigation, you see that its design is very simplistic and more geometric than like a roughly hewn dagger that like an average blacksmith would. This is kind of expertly made, and its metal is shiny. Also, you get close enough to the window. You kind of do you like investigate physically?
I think I would take out like from my little satchel like an old pair of leather gloves and kind of put them on. She's not trying to. She knows that arcane vibration, and I'm sure Arthea's accidentally electrocuted her at some point.
That's why you wear the gloves.
She's going to at least check for traps.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
Uh, 14 plus 9 is 23.
With the 23, you don't detect any traps. As you move your fingers along the glass, you can see where there is illusion and where there is physical matter.
Mhm.
The illusion is slowly becoming physical matter.
Hmm.
And just as you make that observation, you need to know your AC.
18.
Of course, it signs me out because that's awesome. Give me 2 seconds, guys. As you are investigating, you feel a piercing into your side as where is
Is it like in my back? Gladius is on my back, I will say.
this is true. Why? Hold on. There it is.
Oh, hang on.
Right at the moment before you feel that, you hear Gladius go, incoming! And you feel just a stab into your back as slowly appearing into shape a Warforged with white and blue robes clinging very closely to its form appears with a dagger in your back.
Okay, do I have a reaction?
I'm gonna say, given that this was a surprise round or a surprise attack,
Mhm.
you're just witnessing this as it came out of nowhere. I am gonna need initiative rolls.
Is this?
Son of a bitch.
Do we recognize these robes as similar to what the other?
Make me a
Cat
quick.
dice. Cat dice.
Well,
Cat dice.
I'm googling.
you guys
it.
spent a
Cat
lot of
dice.
time
Mhm.
around. I'll say yes. You can recognize that these robes
Mhm.
match the design that Creepy.
I was gonna. That's what it was his, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
That's what I thought.
I think Cad's initial reaction is going to be to immediately grab the sword at her side and roll around.
Got it. Okay.
There's
You better remember how to
You've
spell
got those
previous.
4 temp hit points.
I have
That's right.
CRE.
Thank you for like
You
showing
must
me
have
these
been-
facts. This is
I think
fantastic.
Apparently, I didn't save it
Uh,
like this proper spelling last time, so it's telling
It
you
also
wrong. So
might not. It could be a K. I know, right?
I spell it the
Um,
same way as Arthea.
Look, if the
Creepiest.
scribe says it's spelled that way.
Gabrielle, you take 49
Oh,
points of damage.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw.
I have advantage on con saves because I have soul. Natural 20.
Roll 20.
Ew.
You feel this sapping in your energy for a moment. You resist most of it. Cito, as you are standing right next to her as this happens, Cadriel, you can go ahead and mark down that you feel
Yep.
a year older.
Yep.
So there's that for the moment. Right. Dermot, what'd you get?
7.
7. Right here.
21.
1. Thurston.
7.
7. Cool.
Everybody's decks probably.
Cito.
16.
Cad.
Don't remember what I rolled. Sorry. The con save. I rerolled my dice.
No, you're good.
That's going to be a 9er, as
9.
Brian would say.
Maybe I understood what you were saying. I don't know the normal number.
16.
16. Okay.
How
So-
quickly, I guess, would Cadriel recognize that it was a Warforged like Creasius?
We'll say pretty much as you felt the piercing, you said you immediately turn around and
Yeah.
grab a sword. The moment you make eye contact, your mind immediately thinks of creatures.
She will immediately switch into Celestial
Uh-huh.
and basically say, "Who the fuck are you?
Okay.
What are you doing?"
We will see what their reaction is going to be. First up in the initiative round is going to be Arthea.
Yeah. I think that noticing that the robes are the same,
Mhm.
she is going to shout that to the rest of the group.
Okay.
That like, wait, they're wearing the same robes as Cretheus was. And then I am going to hold my action.
Okay.
So that if they go in to try and basically hold my action to vortex warp them out if the need arises.
Okay. As
Wait,
you hold your action. Do you shout out?
I shout that out, yes.
Okay.
So that everybody can hear it, because I don't know if anyone else remembers that what he looked like when we first encountered.
Okay. As you shout that out,
Mhm.
Keeps changing it to Dad.
Yeah.
Dadriel.
No,
Yeah.
gross.
floating above this building,
Mhm.
again slowly appearing into view, is a woman wearing similar robes with that sort of flare out almost like wings.
Mhm.
And behind her you see several small shiny pieces of metal almost in the shape of wings.
Cool.
And she mutters something out loud
Mhm.
that Cito can understand. Apprehend them. And she's going to cast a spell at Arthea.
Anything I recognize?
Give me a minute.
Infinity Beyond.
It's gonna be- Okay. Arthea, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is it something that I recognize in terms of?
Given the incantation that you can hear, make me. I'm actually gonna say no.
It's not something that I recognize.
No, at least I don't believe you.
Yeah, I mean that's totally fair. There are certain things that I would recognize on site, but yeah, no. If I see something coming toward me / the group and I don't recognize it, then I will counterspell.
Okay. At what level are you?
Let's go see what kind of level spells we got. What do we got to counterspell?
Use them resources.
Wait, you guys have resources? What?
Mm.
Remember, we haven't slept yet.
We haven't slept yet, but we did level up.
We did take a short
6th level.
6th level. Okay. You you quickly minimize the arcane magic that was about to be released, and you just see her go. Huh. She, by the way, for those who were curious, the building is about 40 feet high. She is floating about 80 feet up in the air.
Oh no, then I mean if she's out of range, I can't counterspell it.
It's true because that's going to be
60.
60 feet. Okay. Then yes, I will need you to make a Constitution
Okay.
saving throw.
Me, math.
So do I need to get the calculator open?
No, it wouldn't work anyway.
We're just going nuts with those. TikTok.
Excuse me for the chewing.
You're
Ah,
on TikTok.
You're on TikTok.
It is.
So
I
that
know what I
is
said.
21.
21. For a moment, your vision starts to cloud before you resist the effect.
Mm-hmm.
And she still reacts the same.
Mhm.
Oh. That is their action.
They look humanoid,
They do.
like fully humanoid, not
Yes.
mechanical in any
No.
fashion aside from the metal.
Exactly.
Okay.
She is 30, 35, 40. Float above this building.
Right.
Up next, we have Faraday.
And that building's no shorter.
No.
She's still like 70 feet above the ground.
Yes.
Ah, oh, they want to fight us. Sure. Sure.
Those roads.
Do you need-
Sure.
We needed to contact
Sure,
them
sure,
anyway, considering we found their friend.
Sure. That's fine. Yeah, fuck it. I am going
We have previous parts in the
to
bag of holding.
use
We
my.
No, we've sent him.
With
All-
the wagon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's all in the wagon.
I'm going to use my inescapable lash
Yeah.
Okay.
on the Warforged
Okay.
with the intent to grapple.
Yes.
Okay. So does he make a?
I have to attack if I hit the creature,
Mhm.
then it's a grapple check.
Okay. Cool.
So first attack. Oh my god, what are your stats? He has 23.
That'll absolutely hit.
Warforged is like a robot.
Yeah.
Yes. Machine person.
Mm-hmm.
More machine than
Man made of metal.
Do you need my opposed for that, or do you just want like
Um,
my? Do you want just like a DC?
Give me. Does it come with a DC?
Oh, you know what? Let me check.
Looking from DC.
Technically,
Eat
we
some
come
Fistoli.
from Northern Virginia.
Okay, but which airport did you fly on?
Dulles.
Guys, Brian just said
Yeah.
they come from DC. Eat some Pasoli.
So okay, so it says when you hit a creature,
Mhm.
you can attempt to grapple the target as a bonus action.
Okay.
While you have the creature grappled using this whip, you can use your action to either pull the creature or cause the creature to be
Okay.
restrained. So that would be next time.
Yes, I'm gonna say let's do an opposed.
Okay.
Because if it doesn't give you a specific DC,
Not for the grapple part of it.
okay, then yeah, we'll do an oppose.
Athletics.
You are going. Actually, given that this is a whip, I'm gonna say it is your choice of athletics or acrobatics. I know, but it's not. You're not tackling them to the ground
Yeah, I'm
physically.
like-
You're just whipping them.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll say.
Good.
Thank you.
What'd you get?
7.
You got.
Natty 1.
Yeah.
You got an 8. So if you
Damn it.
strike out with the whip, you make contact, and just as you see it start to wrap around his chest, he quickly, like, through joint movement that you don't typically see in a humanoid, his shoulders shrink and he dips down as he avoids
Don't do
being wrapped up.
Right. I'm no longer invisible,
Yeah.
but I still get a second attack.
Okay, go for it.
So she's gonna attack with the intent of getting him to back off.
Okay,
Miss Jackson.
as a reaction, now that he notices that there's somebody
Yeah,
behind
super
him,
invisible now.
he turns, and for a moment, the robes flare up, and you can see he is made of finely crafted steel with golden plates. And as he moves, there's a light that emits from his gauntlet, and for a moment, his movements get much faster. I need you to roll again and take disadvantage on this attack.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
all right. So it's still a 23.
Oh yeah, Thurston.
Okay, so that's gonna hit. Go ahead and give me your damage.
We had a short rest, yeah?
yes, we
Yeah.
did.
Yes,
So I
you
don't have my
You
blood metal
absolutely
decked up.
did.
So it's just gonna be the 8 points of damage. I'm not looking to do anything lethal. I'm just looking at to be kind of a lion tamer at this point. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, you're
Did
not
you do
alone.
damage on your first strike?
I didn't roll the damage.
Okay.
I wasn't looking to do damage on the
Okay, that's fine then. If you were
I'm okay for
alleviating,
waving it.
okay. cool.
waving it. At this point, she's a little frustrated and she's just trying to snap it in his face of like, hey, come to me.
I will say he does still activate that feature.
That's fine.
You do still hit. I will tell you, as the whip gets closer, as it's activated, you see it go a little slower, and it doesn't impact as much as you would think a whip would. But those are your 2 attacks.
That's
Any
my turn.
movement or
I'm gonna stay in front of the squishies.
okay?
And yeah, I'm gonna stay in front of the squishies.
Sounds good. Cedo, we come to you.
Okay, so can I see like moving parts?
Yes.
Oh, awesome, sweet. All right, so what? Hold on.
I hope you do what you think you're gonna do. I, hope
think,
you do.
yeah.
So I see these moving parts in awe because I'm assuming they're kind of shiny too.
They are very
like,
shiny.
whoa!
Like the shiniest thing you've ever seen.
I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I pull out a watermelon seed, put
Yeah.
put it into them, and roll watermelon.
Oh,
Amazing. That's so good.
That is amazing.
That's not
Yeah.
quite what I thought you were gonna do, but that's so good.
I fully expected the score.
okay.
I really
That's
expected you to be an
fucking
ant, go
awesome.
in, and then just.
If you guys do it
Yeah.
multiple-
Waiting for
Yeah,
a giant
I'm
scorpion
gonna
so I can
do
cast
a-
enlarge
Give me
on
an
it.
attack roll using your dexterity.
Okay.
I'm gonna say do not include your proficiency bonus. So you're just rolling your d20 and adding your dexterity modifier. Because you're essentially searching for like the spot that you know you can fit the seed in.
19. So
It's gonna, yeah.
yeah, plus 2, 21 to
Okay.
watermelon them.
Huh.
Caught melons.
Huh. Okay. You stuff the seed, and right before you let go, you activate your druid craft.
Yeah.
So good.
Try and roll
I
for
love
melon
it so much.
damage.
As you are like recovering from the wound in your back and just this strange, weary feeling, you watch as this warforged looks down and then just like you watch his chest almost completely separate as a watermelon explodes inside of him. Roll me, given the space and where you put it, roll me 2d12 and add your spellcasting modifier to your damage. Let's say that's
watermelon
Watermelon
juice
is 2D.
just starts
2D.
pouring out of his mouth.
Casting modifier
This
to
is now
damage.
sticky inside.
Onions all sticky, gummed up.
Yeah,
Gumming up the works.
that is honestly the most genius ass.
Alright, so that is.
Right,
Oh, that's 6 plus 9.
15.
15 plus modifier, you said?
Yep.
17.
17 points of 17 points of watermelon damage.
Sweet.
Literally.
Yeah, you.
I imagine it's not so much the watermelon, but it's all like the vines. and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And also the fact that this thing is growing inside of this thing at such a fast rate. He is drastically wounded by this. He's still operational and he's still moving around, but it's like just imagine that a watermelon explodes inside of your side and just what your muscles are trying to do. So he's sort of
that's
standing at
it.
an awkward angle as now there's just open space where the watermelon exploded. You see jagged pieces of metal. You see some screws and gears fall out of his center. That was really fucking
was
cool.
amazing.
Thank you.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I'll hold off on wild shape for right now.
okay.
hold
Do you
on.
want to move at all, or are you gonna stay there?
Yeah, I'll just stay there.
Okay. Just fucking sure. That happens. That's a thing that happens. Up next is going to be that dude. He is going to bonus action disengage. Going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And still like whirl around and face Cadriel, sort of moving to examine the opening. As he
It
does,
assesses melon damage.
as he does, you notice something. There are no words, but you see flashing light coming from its mouth. And for some reason, it's like something in the back of your mind that you didn't know was there. You can make out communication coming. As it says, call in the other two.
It's calling other people.
And you see it
I think it's
respond,
calling other people.
one of them. Eliminate them.
What?
As
Why?
You said
It's,
thing and nothing. What?
it then raises its arm, its hand rolls back, and a barrel
Oh,
shoots out of the opening. Tito, what is your AC?
13.
Oh fuck.
The 15 on the die.
Does he have partial cover? He's like behind Cat.
I'd say from the angle, he's not quite behind you. You are going to take 9 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
16, followed by 11 points of piercing damage as 2 quiet projectiles get launched from that barrel and lodge themselves in your chest.
Oh, so 20 points total.
20 points total. Cool.
We could have been friends. We could have shared watermelon.
I don't think that's how we're supposed to share it.
Oh.
I am going to need Faraday's AC.
18.
Okay.
Healing craft.
That is going to hit. I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from you.
$18.
That's a lot of counting.
17. You're such a dick.
10, 1, 6, 8, 9,
42.
45.
No, not 40. That's a lot. Low numbers. You got some kind of death wish, lady?
Clearly.
What was your Constitution saving throw one more time?
18.
You also feel a piercing as slowly coming into view immediately
Oh,
in front of
Jesus.
you.
Oh,
Arm blade extended out and buried into your side. You take 41 points of piercing damage.
what the?
Was that a save?
The save is for the effect.
Oh,
As
Jesus.
you feel your features mature a little bit, as you feel like you've aged a year.
Cool. It'd be great
Happy
if I could-
You're Galadriel, it's not really that.
I'm saying it's cool. I don't know how old she is, so like awesome.
Going to attempt a second strike. That is an 8 to hit.
They don't like the watermelons.
You threw me a
Their
seed.
ultimate weakness.
It
Yeah.
is going to bonus action
Good,
disengage and move 5.
Okay.
Um,
You go there.
Then I'm going to need Thurston's AC.
Okay. So we didn't have the opportunity after we got our extra special slot to attune anything, correct? Did it happen? We didn't have
Correct.
this
Because you
time?
guys basically just showed up here.
Sure we didn't have this
Well, but we
time?
took a short rest though.
Oh, that's true. Does it take an hour to attune?
You can attune during a short rest.
I will allow it. I'm going to allow it. This is a difficult fight. What are you attuning to?
His Iron Stone of Protection.
Okay, cool. So, yeah.
17.
Cool.
then.
17.
Wait, no, he didn't cast Mage Armor yet. So math. Normally what, a plus-
14.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Yes,
it's a plus
plus
3, yeah.
So that is going to hit. And we need a
Wait,
constitution.
how long has it been since the fight? Because he had Mage Armor up during the fight. I guess that's the question.
You would still have it.
You would still have it.
The
Did you cast it
hours.
just before the fight? Or
Oh,
at
did
the
we do
beginning
it in
of
the
the day.
morning before we left?
I wrote it down.
I will say that I did roll a 17 on the die.
Oh,
So either way.
But that's a
That's
good thing to
problem.
keep in mind. If you can let me know when you cast it. Is if you put your mage panties on, as you say, every morning, which, yes, that is a thing that Thurston does.
Mhm.
I will say you've got like 2 or 3 hours left.
There's more boxers or briefs. See. That wasn't. So
Mm,
which does it fall?
I would assume D6s. Yeah. Unless the ability is specifically based on your level.
Take 52 points of piercing damage as a
Ooh.
crossbow bolt is fired from the top of. Where is the mini? Where did it go? Where did you leave me? From the top of Capriel's home and embeds itself into your chest.
Cool.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
cool.
In danger.
Yes, he is.
Why? Why would you do this? Does this thing work with saving throws? I'm gonna use this.
What was that?
I can't. I can only reroll ability.
First off, thank you, Fluffy, so much for all of the gifts. I appreciate you. Also, hi, Dragon. You, as you are reeling from this incredibly painful crossbow bolt being lodged into your chest, you feel your body age 4 years. However, because you're a changeling, because you adopt this form, visibly, nothing happens. And just as that Warforged appears, you see them kind of look up and cock their head curiously.
So he can officially take over the Knowledge Estate now.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
old enough.
Yes, that was the goal.
Saves
Yep.
all your problems.
I wanted to make sure that you achieved of age. Jesus Christ. He is going to attempt a second shot. There's an 18 on the die, so 24 to hit. Take
This class.
10 points of piercing damage.
Do you have hit points?
Distances.
You barely.
Yeah, we need to leave. I need to go.
Oh, I already used my reaction.
Right. Up next, we have Cad.
So does what's his tits react to my speaking to him in Celestial?
As you shout out in Celestial, he does not seem to react. You can actually gather in the few quick moments that have gone by, these seem to be different models than Cretheus. Also, Cretheus operated very much in a social aspect,
Mhm.
in that he was trying to convince Sorvanen to come with him. Sorvelen. God damn it. Every single time that name pops up,
At least you didn't call her Sylvanas.
Dark Lady walked
True.
over
That
you.
is, yeah.
Oh, Sylvester.
Yeah.
So, so you're trying to convince Sebastian.
Yeah.
Just
This-
kiss the girl, sir.
This does not seem like a similar approach. This was either a hit squad or an elite that has been sent and does not react. Actually, you know what? Make me a persuasion check. Get to the dice.
She'll also continue and say, "We have Creethy." 4.
So there's gonna be
My
a right now.
percentage-
No.
You know what? Say again.
4 again. What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say in the quickness of this battle, they don't seem to react to what you said.
In that case, how far away is he from me?
5, 10,
20
15,
feet?
20, 25.
25. Can I see the one on the roof?
I'm gonna say that from your vantage point, you cannot see them. Say that you did hear movement coming from where Faraday was and move around that side.
Yeah, like holding my side and also trying to keep hold of the dagger in there because I want to examine it. I'm going to disengage and move my 30 feet of movement back to where the group is.
Okay.
No one's in melee. You don't have to.
Yeah,
disengage.
you're not in melee at all, so you don't have to.
Well, it's still it's just a bonus action for me. So,
That's right.
and if I may, as my action, I would like to try to pull Cito with me and be like, "Let's go."
Are you willing or not in this moment?
Been like, she wouldn't be
Yeah.
like, "Come on," but she'd be, "Come on." dude."
I probably would follow.
Okay, I
Right.
will say
Like but more of like a defense. Like I'm not gonna show my back to
sure.
the enemy.
Yeah.
I will say, given that this is still on your turn,
Mhm.
make me an athletics check to lift the teeny Cedo.
Well, I wasn't trying to lift him, but I
Well,
probably would have grabbed
yeah.
his cloak and just like tugged
Yeah.
him along. 18.
That's fine. You being willing to, the DC was very low, but just to move as quickly as you,
Mhm.
you grab Cedo and start moving back into the alley.
Stand on my shoes.
Great. Anything else on your turn?
We'll just say we need to get the fuck out of here.
Dermot, we come to you.
Cool. The thing I was gonna do, I can't or shouldn't really do anymore. My backup plan, I really can't or shouldn't do anymore. So there's that dude on the roof and the dude in the alley directly in front of us.
Yes.
How far apart are those two guys?
They 15 feet.
15 feet?
I'll say 20 feet.
20 feet?
Yes.
Cool. I am going to cast Hypnotic Pattern on that area.
Okay.
It's a 30-foot cube.
So if that's a 30-foot cube, she's up at range. So it's just going to hit those two. What's your save DC?
The DC it's Wisdom 18.
The one on the roof,
Mhm.
you watch as the light that emanates from their eyes flickers as it looks up at the hypnotic pattern. The other one looks up and then refocuses back on you.
That's okay. You got one.
Okay.
So the one on
That's
the
okay.
roof, the crossbowman, is
Yeah.
preoccupied.
That's what we want. To
Cool.
not shoot it. That was not fun.
Assassins suck.
I am going to then, as a bonus action, I'm going to inspire. I am going to inspire Faraday
Hmm.
and say, I'll lead us out.
I got your back.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that. And then I am going to. I'm not going to move my full movement.
Mhm.
I'm just going to move 25 feet back
Back in the
away,
alley.
back down the alley.
Okay. Up next, we have Thurston.
Thing I wanted to do doesn't work like I wanted it to. So it's very clear that we're retreating, yes?
Mhm.
Cool. Then I'm just putting up a fourth
Yeah.
wall behind us.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Ah, wall it off.
The wall of force.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, when Cad leaves, you know it's a problem.
She's like, nope.
When
Yeah,
Cad,
I make it a dome. Actually, I
can
didn't
you move
realize
it with
that.
us?
No,
No.
it's fixed.
Oh.
It can have a radius
Can you-
of 10. It
But
will
you
be
can
you dome them in?
one of them.
You can dome around someone.
Yeah, I can't dome all of them. Like, never mind. Then I literally just want the wall to
Like,
You can have
Um,
it fully close off that alleyway if you want.
Yeah, that's essentially the.
And how high is it?
That's what I was trying to.
I know Wall of Stone is 10 foot by
Yeah,
10 foot
yeah,
Yeah,
sections.
10,
okay.
10 foot, but so just
That
like
you
as
can
much wall. He wants it to go to like the top of the buildings.
Sure.
This
Even though
wall
that
of
bitch
force
can
is
fly,
the
but like fuck her.
Okay.
Is
that's
that-
fine.
Just close it off, top of the building.
quarter inch.
Okay.
Almost like so he closes up the alleyway, but the building's like 40 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then a couple panels just a little bit higher on the like, and I feel like she tries to like fly a little bit. She goes, yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
yes.
All right. I just want to clarify with her.
Yes.
Yes.
You drop out of initiative for this.
I will let everyone pass me and kind of
Mhm.
just stand. Just
I will stay somewhat toward the back.
As we're running, I would like to pull the magical doorknob out of the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as we get out of the alley that we were in, she will probably try to go to another like semi-secluded location that she's aware of. Where that is, you can decide.
Mhm.
Just stick it in the wall and open the door for them to go in there.
Okay.
Just stick it in.
How fast
You,
are you?
you just
I
dig it
can-
right in.
I can
Yeah.
move 30 feet as my action bonus action.
Okay.
As long as you're dashing, you'll outpace me.
She's trying to get ahead of everybody so she can be like,
Sure. You come forward. I'll say, give me a perception check, just to find a reasonable spot to activate.
well, I rolled a natural 1, but I can't count anything less than 10, so it's a
That's fine.
19.
With a 19, you dash
Reliable talent.
and
Yeah.
Bitch, man.
find a space that's like near the back door of what you can assume is a bar,
Mhm.
and you position next to that door and press the doorknob in.
And if I recall, the doorknob disappears when you close the door,
Yes,
right?
it does. Aw. We love you, Northwell. Don't worry, the dice are helping me to. You activate the enchantment.
You were supposed to touch his. I know.
You
I
see
should have.
this arcane
Lick them
At the break.
this arcane
Yes.
line appear in
They're
the
new.
shape of a door, and slowly the roughly hewn stone foundation becomes wood in that square, and you open the door and see that your mansion is waiting. One by one, dash inside, step inside, and close the door behind you. You are met with very welcome quiet.
Ow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got a crossbow bolt sticking out of me.
we should.
Yeah. So first, I'm gonna pull that crossbow bolt out,
Nothing's recharged
and
because we haven't hit Dawn yet.
I'm gonna pull the bolt out of your chest, and with my other hand, I'm like steadying you, and with that hand, cure wounds at 4th level for 25 points.
Thank you.
And that is all of my 4th level spells.
Yeah.
And my 3rd level spells.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Um,
What?
Yeah, those are the 6.
Holy.
We're wizard. We're mages. We have D6 hit die.
fuck?
You got hit too.
If
right?
everyone hadn't decided to
I still
run,
have 60
he was
hit
about to be
points,
like,
so
this fight
I'll
never
pull the dagger
happened.
out, but
Yeah.
if you don't have spell slots, that's okay.
Well,
I'm about to cast Wall of Thorns.
How about that? Go. 6 seconds. So just one round.
Mm-hmm.
Which would have been the
Which would have
beginning
been
of
the
the.
And then
Anyways.
start stuffing watermelons in everybody.
Were you like backing
Yeah,
up with a
my-
watermelon
Yeah.
seed up to?
does anybody want to know what my plan A was? Cujo?
What was going to be your plan?
Well, it was going to start by asking the status and condition of the watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was a mess. It did not survive.
It did not.
It's just
Oh.
exploded onto the ground.
Oh.
It
So I-
crashed into the ground.
So I couldn't have just cast enlarge on the watermelon.
Oh my
That would
god!
have been hilarious.
Oh my God, that would've been so
Do that.
good.
Okay.
So
you
ridiculous.
You enlarge it, and you just push it down the street like a fireball.
If you
Very
enlarge the
cartoony.
watermelon seed, does that mean that it becomes a really huge watermelon when you make it?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
if you would do it on
It
the
increased-
seed, and then you did Druidcraft. That would have been a double team
Oh,
that might have
I mean,
really fucked that thing.
What's like a
This-
tougher fruit? Like a
I
jackfruit?
mean,
Oh.
Durian.
that seed would have
Oh.
been that seed would have become
Oh.
the size of like an avocado pit.
Oh man,
Yes. Okay.
that
next
watermelon
time.
would have been a Volkswagen.
Next time, guys.
Sorry.
That's
not
sponsored.
not
You can't
sponsored.
want.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Volkswagen hit us
Please,
up.
please
Yeah.
get
We
some
think we got
Volkswagen.
content that aligns with what you guys have.
Yeah, definitely.
We can speak in German accents. That's all I got.
I mean, that's probably not a good idea if we want
what
to
do you,
sponsor.
yeah, what do you mean?
I can
So-
only say one thing in German, and no one wants to know what the cheese sandwich is doing downtown.
Oh,
As you
Kat is
guys
gonna pull the dagger out of her bag. and,
Yeah.
examine it. By the way.
make me an investigation check.
I'm going to raise my hands and say, "Kalakas give life," and I'm gonna do
Christ.
hold on.
For those in TikTok who do not know what's going on, we
Mass
have a
cure
druid
wounds.
God
named
bless you.
Cedo who was raised by Quokkas.
Yes.
So that is the significance of
Everybody gets 14
That's
healing.
14.
Thank you. Thank you. May the power of the clock be with you.
And we also
I rolled a. I
No,
rolled a
that's
19.
not how you
Thank
say
you.
that.
Okay. Okay, I don't know.
Given
With
the
your
information
spirit.
that you guys were able to gather
God, it
from
changed
Enbrid's
everything.
journals,
Mhm.
was
and given the equipment you saw Cretheus wearing, this is definitely somebody else from the Alexander.
Yeah.
This is equipment directly from that city. This is very sharp. This would be considered a +2 dagger. And it is made of mithril.
Nice.
After you cast, your pendant vibrates. You hear in your mind, "Oh,
Hello?
there you are. Where'd you guys go?" Just curious.
Is someone talking to you?
There's a voice in my head. They're looking for us.
Just mostly curious on how you can use the amulet. I'm curious. I'm just would like some info on that if you sharing.
Oh, I just remembered. I let go.
It still vibrates, but it doesn't. You don't get any more messages.
Refresh my memory. What amulet is this?
Is that the Persephone?
This is the amulet.
Oh yeah. It's gotta look in.
You guys evaded assassins and like a fucking mage, and Brian's like, just look through my notes.
This is remember when I first met you guys, we were talking about someone named the Wayfarer.
Mm-hmm.
This is a necklace of the Wayfarer.
Oh, has it ever
Patron of the Wanderer.
talked before?
No, not that I know of. This is the first time that it's ever done anything, to be honest, outside of just look really fashionable on my neck.
It's a very nice necklace.
Oh, thank you.
I will hold up the dagger.
See, it's
I could understand what they were saying too.
Um,
Do I know? Were they speaking Druidic?
It's not druidic. You don't know the name, what which they would be speaking.
No.
But there's something in your mind that was able to interpret.
I don't know what language they were speaking, but apparently I understood it.
If you don't mind, can I see that for a second?
Yeah.
Head's gonna take the dagger and hand it to Arthur and be like, it's back because it's a good one. But I'm pretty sure this is from the Alexander.
I'm holding the amulet.
Mhm.
Does anything happen?
No, just plays in your hand. No vibrations or anything.
Identify.
You cast identify. This is a medallion of the Order of the Triennium. This works in multiple functions. First off, it functions as a communicator between others bearing similar. I just hear typing.
I know, frantic typing on that side of the
Usually you
table.
can't hear it. You can lower your head
It
up.
is, it is basically, it enables its wearer to telepathically communicate through this to other medallions within 120. Also,
Kill them and take all their medallions.
Okay.
also, time does not affect ones who are fully attuned to this medallion. Meaning that the wounds that some of your friends suffered, where they're starting to look a little bit older,
Well, one of them's starting.
one of them looks
Yeah.
older. It does not. It nullifies that effect.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because my hair got longer, did I get older at all?
You did not. Did I hit you with anything?
Yeah, you hit me with something. And
did, that's right.
Yeah, you said my hair got longer. You didn't say anything about getting
Let
older.
me.
I
I
know.
would
I
like
thought
to
it was
really
the-
quickly retcon.
Oh.
Retcon.
What if that could be just a side effect? My hair just gets longer.
I know you said
You
my
don't
hair
age,
got
but your
longer.
hair's
Your hair
My hair
got
got longer, and I
Um,
a year
You
older.
aged. I'm gonna say, and I apologize. I 100% last night when I had that idea.
Yeah.
This was it.
Was that?
Oh, this was your car idea?
This was my car idea.
Ooh.
You are not affected by the age change. You do feel the bolt for the crossbow bolts, but you don't feel anything in addition.
I relay all of that information that it's a symbol of the Triennium,
Yes.
you said?
Yes.
And it functions as a communicator to that you can communicate telepathically with any other member bearing the amulet within 120 feet, it looks like. I'm not getting anything on other planes of existence. Looking around that we're inside the mansion.
Yeah.
Which is a different plane.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I get you.
And I hand the ammo back to you.
I'll let you know if anybody starts buzzing me.
The
Ah.
moment you put it back on, vibrate again.
Hoi hoi.
So it appears we may have gotten off. Are you with the Horde?
No.
What are you? Is that we're not with the Horde, correct?
Or
What horde?
we're not affiliated
I
with
wasn't
anything
with-
that I'm aware of.
Which horde?
Which Horde are you speaking of? Because I'm not part of any. I don't think anybody is part of. What is
Whispered ones?
a Whispered Ones Horde?
No. Wrong world.
Whispered one.
Wrong world.
Oh, you have the wrong world. You might want to call another necklace.
Surprisingly, we get that a lot. I would like to extend an apology as we dealt with several members of the Horde at the abode that you had been approaching. We were
Yes.
trying to remedy the situation to avoid drawing attention. And when you had approached, it seems one of my sentinels had acted in haste. So I would very much like to apologize and offer counsel. It seems you all are the ones that we've had our eyes on for some time.
Communicating this all to you. Can they just grab onto the necklace?
Do one
Yeah.
of you grab onto the necklace?
Sure.
Tell him to get fucked.
You reach and hold
Thank
on.
you.
Faraday says hello.
You're holding a necklace.
Yeah.
Faraday
I'm
says
not-
hello.
I'm guessing I
That's
can't
how she
hear
said it.
anything,
That's how she said
but
it.
I'm not in tune with you.
So obviously, just what was the? Oh, just
Yeah, we
Yeah.
would like to extend an apology. But
Apparently they're apologizing.
Do they seem sincere?
Can I
Make-
Um,
if you'd like to say something, go ahead. But I would say make an insight check.
I was gonna say.
Adriel's gonna look at Faraday and say,
17.
She's like now sitting on the floor, like kind of laying down in pain.
You know,
Like so
just,
tired.
just as a heads up, before this conversation goes any further, thank you for the apology. That was a real dick move. There are 2 darts in my chest. I'm a really happy person.
I've been informed that there's also a dart in for. I'm going to guess changeling friend. I'd like to apologize for that one as well.
Cadriel,
I
here's
sit
what you
down
say. And
next
she says,
to
tell him
you
I said thank you
and
for
put
the
my-
dagger. It'll add
you-
nicely to my
you-
collection.
14 points of healing.
It'll thank you for the dagger. It's staying with us.
Aw, they said
Sorry, not
That was
sorry.
my last spell slot.
With your
I am
insight check, with your insight check, you
Ew, gross.
get
You're
that they're
just
being
jelly.
sincere. You
But
get
you
that they're
can't
being
have all
sincere,
of
but you are definitely getting this superiority complex.
I think they're telling the truth, but they seem like dicks.
I'm not judging.
Not the first one.
Necessary?
I would
Hey.
prefer not to suddenly be unnecessarily observed. Reversible.
Oh yeah, is there any way to reverse the whole random aging thing? Not that it affected me.
Do have the ability to reverse that.
Yes.
But, understandably, remain at your call if to weigh your options. We mean no harm. We did manage to save one woman from the home.
Saved a woman from the home that we were approaching.
What's her name?
Can I get a name on that? Can I
What,
a
you
name
don't
on-
know?
I'm sorry, I have a library up here.
Ren.
I mean, you're the one that was using her
Pickens.
family. Azalee.
She introduced herself as Ashley. She's rather distressed. Her family has been missing for some time.
Apparently it was an Azali, and
My mother.
Can we please just have this conversation in person?
yeah, I'm in.
No.
I'll go.
We have to speak to them eventually. We've
Not
been
right.
trying to find this group.
I
We're
just
going to reach out
look
to them
around at
anyway.
all of us being mostly dead and exhausted.
Cat still has 76 hit. She'll go with you.
Yeah, I'll go.
If you,
Some of us might meet you. What was your name again?
Io.
Like literally just an I and an O?
I believe in your version of common, that is correct.
She
Oh. Well, I don't
cow.
look fun or anything.
She a
That's
cow
rude.
person?
Hmm?
She a cow person?
Is she a cow
You
person?
can't just ask
can't
someone if they're a cow.
It is.
Oh my
fantasy-
god!
Fantasy 2023. You can't just ask someone. if
Well,
they're
when
a cow
you're stealing names from Greek mythology, I have questions.
person.
People are allowed to have the same name. It doesn't have to mean
I
anything.
love this game. I love this group. I love all of this. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for all.
Meh.
Cool. Really glad we're just continuing the trend.
All right. So, yeah, you want to go
Yes.
meet Io? Io. Where do you want us to meet? Oh, you know what, Io? There's a really nice coffee shop that I.
Perhaps a more private location for the conversation to be had.
Somebody has to
But
stay
there
here in the
is safety in numbers.
Otherwise, we can't do it
Truth be
again.
told, I
Probably.
would love.
We don't have to
I would also love a coffee.
Supremely
Ah.
early and quite bothered.
In the state that we're in, if this IO person is disingenuous, we're all probably going to die. I'm just throwing
They
that
seem
out
alright.
there.
Io seems alright.
Perhaps we should meet in the morning when we're all feeling low.
Could we
Gonna
meet
delay it?
in the morning when we're all feeling a little more like
My
ourselves?
mother is safe.
That is perfectly
That's
fine.
okay.
It is
ask where.
a matter of
Where-
making
where
a line
is,
and we can meet up.
I'm sorry. Where is Ashley?
He is safe aboard the Alexander.
Okay.
Safe aboard the Alexander. What is an Alexander?
No, we.
You just
Oh, we
hear.
never explained that.
You
we
just
did
hear.
not.
Ugh.
We can. We'll explain later.
Right.
Tell them, ask them if they're missing Cretheus.
Are you missing Cretheus?
He's in the bag of holding.
CR3. Yes, that unit has been missing for some time.
CR3. Yes, that unit has been missing for some time.
Oh, unfortunately, that unit is currently damaged.
Oh, that
Uh,
unit is damaged. We regretfully.
We were going to
That
reach out,
news.
but
We're gonna reach out.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It
Upon
is
its
unfortunate,
return,
but
I'm
on
sure I
its
can
return-
do some.
Oh my god.
no.
Such a dick thing.
Barry and Dermot are
Alright.
just
We're done.
I'm gonna
sitting.
say, for simplicity's sake,
Is there like a button?
Cito is going to communicate all of this shit to you, and whatever you say, Cito communicates back.
God.
Yeah.
Fine.
Don't need this.
Jesus Christ.
Like I just heard barking seals. It was just like too much.
Cito just takes the amulet.
I swear to God, that was really fucking funny.
There's this button. Yeah.
Oh.
I very much would appreciate the return of CR3 so that we can do some research and figure out what caused his disappearance.
We don't have him with us, but we were going to try to
Mm.
fix him.
Yeah.
He helped us at one point.
He appeared to have fallen from a very,
But it
very
looked-
high height.
Yeah.
There was a pause. Interesting. Time and distance are not a factor. We can, if you can give me a reasonable direction where we might find CR3, then we can be there almost instantaneously.
Dermot's just shaking his head.
I don't.
Perhaps we hold off and speak in person tomorrow. It's probably easier to explain on either side.
Understood. I will await you, I assume, at the Lucky Bean.
Yes.
Yep. Yes. Save us a place in line. The line was really long.
I will do my best. We are about to enter time stasis, and we will just see you in but a moment on our side.
Oh,
Sometimes.
great.
Nice.
All right.
Do you think they'll teach?
We will see you tomorrow morning, just after dawn, and then you feel the medallion. Just happened.
They're trying to figure like, do you think they'll teach us? Like new magic.
It's just like you hear this groan from the floor.
Don't you want to be able to stop?
No, not
And then just
particularly.
quickly be somewhere else.
After
That
she
does sound pretty cool.
after she says, "I will meet you in the morning, just after dawn," the pendant stops vibrating.
Look. I think that's it. Well, good night.
I get back up to my feet and help Faraday out.
I wouldn't mind a meal from the kitchen.
Food sounds pretty good.
I'm thinking a nap and then food and then another nap.
Last thing we ate the weird porridge before we went to the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had something at the Lava Chateau.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we did.
Yes,
Dude,
you did get some normal non-fey food.
Oh,
It was kind of filling. It was very clearly a brunch situation.
Now that I've been home and I'm back in the material plane again, I suddenly have a craving for my favorite food that I didn't get while we were home. Wild fries.
You know what? We're gonna have to go back.
Are they made from like purple potatoes?
Yes.
As you feel that desire and speak it out, materializing in front of you, plate of favorite fries.
Mm,
can I also have Feywild fries?
Plate materializes in front of you as well.
Okay, to eat.
Can I also have?
Thank you.
Cad will ask for a large cup of coffee, blueberry waffles, and some scrambled eggs, but she's gonna push the coffee in front of Sita.
coffee and
Everything.
Feywild fries. I don't know if that's a good idea, bro.
Like, I don't. I think I have to sleep.
The caffeine hits, but I will say, with the events of the last several hours, you get the shakes, you get the shits.
Oh no!
Oh
Oh, these Feywild fries went right through me.
Yeah.
Well, good thing we have ensuite bathrooms. Nobody's sharing with him.
It's simply barbaric that most
Is-
people just share bathrooms. That's
Oh,
disgusting.
BRB.
I'm just setting it up.
Got it. At this point, given that we are resting for the evening, unless there's anything specific you guys would like to do in the mansion,
Thurston at some point would like to check in on his sister and their family and just make sure that, after a whole war started in their town, that they're good.
Mm.
And they did send Sildor back to call off his pack of bells.
He just wants to make sure they're fine. It doesn't have to be a whole conversation.
Sure.
Or
It's
whatever.
really
Yeah.
As long as he gets word back that they're safe.
you do get word back from your sister that
Yes,
after
thank
a
you.
very chaotic few days, there was word that the elves were being pulled back, and that a representative from Singorn is currently in talks with the leadership of Kymel to make reparations for what just went down.
Dermot and Faraday are probably gonna hang for a while and decompress and debrief of everything that just went down for us. Now that we have a moment to breathe.
Yeah, you guys, for the first time, period, experience quiet, and it is both like true quiet. The feeling of Novus's presence being completely removed from your lives as a bittersweet effect, in that you don't have to worry about Novus's direct involvement with your lives or his possessiveness of the two of you, but there was
It's
something,
almost an empty feeling.
there's an empty, and you can't shake the feeling that what Novus was doing was trying, it was multifaceted. There was more than one reason that he was doing what he was doing, and that both comforts and shakes you. To enjoy your night.
Cab's gonna go find Arthea.
She's
And
probably wherever the library is.
yeah,
Mostly.
that's yeah.
She just assumes.
And she's just gonna not necessarily talk, but she's gonna take up residence on the couch. Yeah.
During our talk, Hick becomes a alchemy jug filled with mead.
Aww. I think.
I'm on the shitter, so.
Damn it, Cito.
Nice.
On that note.
Looking. You said this dagger is geometric?
Yes,
In
it
form?
is. It is very expertly crafted, and its blade comes to a perfect angle. There are no imperfections in how this was crafted, and
No writing, no runes, no anything else. Just
no,
very
it
nice.
just has a very Art Deco
okay.
Look to it.
Stylistically,
It's
not.
a real pretentious.
No, real pretentious would be very Art Nouveau.
I was gonna
You've
say.
got like the hilt that has all the filigree that comes out to here, but it's a dagger, so it's like that tall.
not
It's just
made by
a little
elves.
extra.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Be holding on to. I have a book, Novus.
Cool.
I have a journal.
Cool.
I'd like to, I think, start the reading of it. I have read things in this language before.
Yes.
I spent a while translating stuff.
Yes.
How well can I read the script?
Given how much time has passed since you first started learning, I'm just going to go ahead and say that you now know Bivin.
Oh,
shit.
To read it fluently.
Which I'm sure some of it is kind of like.
Yeah, you just like, oh, fuck, I keep forgetting, and you like have to flip the.
It's like when you read manga.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I start on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you start on the wrong panel and it's like mid context.
Yes.
Yeah. There's probably some of that and some of like.
God damn it.
So yeah, I think she's gonna start.
Your journal. Today I stole a little elf girl.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's really just she's probably not going to get too far into it tonight, but I think she wants to understand better what he was doing and knowing where he was from and what they were told about his sort of how he was fueling his power.
So
yeah.
I'll say, since you're just starting,
Just starting
reading this, you can see that this is a journal. This is not a magic book. This is a spell book. This is him keeping record of everything that starts with something he refers to as the fall. He explains that he existed as a creature devoted to a entity called the Siren, which you now know Sino holds the Soul Stone for. That there, through the actions of someone referred to as the Planesbreaker, when the Whispered One, the Horde, had arrived, he located a portal. Take them somewhere safe. And knew that there may never be a return. He had a conversation with a family, and that is where Novus left Bivens Feywild and arrived in Exandria. And the little girl was named
Neris.
Neris. It does state that he, well, I don't think he, but he basically wrote that everything he would do to A, protect her, but also gather enough power to take his Feywild. The most you get with this first You're good. I like that Rhodes is like, I'm just gonna type quieter. You're good. I just thought it was really funny earlier. I just hear
Frantic.
That's fine when you get really like, oh, slamming.
But I'll say with that,
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. So to everybody in the chat, in Twitch, stick around. We're going to be back in just a couple minutes. We're going to let people go to the bathroom, do their thing. TikTok, for those of you who are still watching, if you go up to that Twitch channel, Nerd House Tabletop, that is where you can see all of us in our beautiful gaming space. That's where we're going to continue broadcasting the show. I am going to end live at this point. So if you'd like to see how this session ends and see more of the fun little tricksy information that's going to be shared, go up to that Twitch channel. We would love to see you there. But in the meantime, stick around. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye.
everybody. We have returned.
You're still here?
Oh my god.
Hi. So, our party has rested.
Oh,
Should
shit.
we get to take a long rest?
You can take a long
Yeah.
I
rest.
don't hit
Hell
the button
yeah.
until the DM confirms. Yes,
Yeah.
you've taken a long rest.
It
Look
is
at all the
first-
things I get back.
Yep.
Oh, look
It
at
is
that.
the first long rest since before the fight with Novus.
Bless you.
Bless you. You all collect yourselves. Have some breakfast, whatever that may be. It is your mansion, your breakfast, your rules, whatever you make. You do.
Cast Mage Armor.
You put on your mage panties.
Yep.
Got it.
Mark that off.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Fox
we
with
did.
the tunes and some shit too.
I think we sneakily said that we've, yeah. And just in case, I make sure I'm attuned to all the shit.
Yeah, I attuned to my
I
shit too.
feel like I know this isn't like mechanics thing, but I feel like I cast prestidigitation, but I take 10 minutes. As if casting it as a ritual.
Okay.
I just
Yes.
new day.
Usa.
I think Kat definitely spent
Yeah.
some time in their spa bathroom.
That's like part of it. I take a
You talk with the
10-minute
jet?
shower, and the entire time I'm just casting prestidigitation.
As you are in the shower. Faraday.
The
You feel. You
I didn't realize we were that kind of friends.
you feel the temperature in the room go slightly cold
Hermit.
as slowly appearing into view in the shadowed corner of your room. Your new patron, Mako, leaning against the wall.
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
I like Mako way better than I like your patron. You don't get to talk.
Kat doesn't have a patron.
Wait. Certainly seems like yesterday. It's quite a lot.
It was.
I must admit he was rather uglier than I thought he would look. But now that that's done with, I must congratulate you on your freedom.
I don't know. Congratulations is the right word for it.
Choose to focus on the positive. I'm sure that there was some ulterior motive, but relish in the lack of a controlling figure in your life. I stand by my word, never to control you or tell you what you should or should not do for life, freedom.
No doom.
Knocking
The
at the door.
wolf
Law and Order SVU.
I didn't want to be on SVU.
Use all the hot water.
Oh my god. You're using a lot of water.
The lighting in that
Holy
bathroom
shit.
is perfect, and I have to use that one.
Jesus. It's a magical mansion. You can change it any way you want.
But this one is
Clearly the
perfect.
best.
God. That is just proof that Thurston was doing it, not for the actual mirror, just to be a dick.
Like the one with the water feature.
Oh, God.
Clearly just like that one.
They all have water features.
This one just comes out better. Anyway.
They're all the same.
Let's see, as she'd been kind of like laying on her bed, upside down, like staring at the ceiling. She took her trance and then spent the rest of the time looking at the vial with the worm in it. The mind control worm. And as she sits up, it almost like a shroud kind of falls over, as from the top of her head all the way down turns to winter.
You know, There's not many people that I say this to. You're one of the strongest people. Not let that go to your silly little elven head.
Appreciate that, Mako. You have no idea.
Be close by should you need a emotional or physical punching bag to work through your trauma. Truth be told, may need to check on you. May have heard something in the Feywild. The Horde is searching for a point. Not your little friend. Someone else. Once upon a time, you asked me to assist you in rescuing your friend Gilmore.
Mhm.
Here, his daughter. May be in the crosshairs.
You seen her?
No. She's experiencing some sort of metamorphosis. Nothing incredulous or extreme. She seems distressed.
You help far more than you think you do. Seem to want to do.
Find your dear friends.
It's all in good heart, Mako. You realize.
Just more speaking for your horned friend. I feel as though there's still.
You're not there. You can't fucking react.
It's that.
Which, by the way, comes through perfectly.
Feel that there is still worry over you.
Yeah.
Fully understand you worrying for him.
You get into a lot of trouble.
Unfortunately, I don't know if I can change much of that. But I will try to mitigate it.
We'll continue to keep an eye. Step strong. And he slowly steps back into the shadows as though there's this hidden room, but in reality, disappears from sight.
Kind of roll out of bed, tuck the vial away.
Ryan, do you have something you want to share with the class?
So, I was like,
So
just thinking of
dramatic.
the stupid joke. Were you watching me go to the bathroom? I'm like, this bathroom's occupied. I'm in here.
I wasn't here
Get
to.
out.
I'm not. I just.
You can see her through the wall.
I hate you people.
And he just disappeared.
Aw.
He does care. But
Like that.
is there anything else you guys wish to do while still in the
There is one thing that I do at the end of my morning routine.
Okay.
Since we've leveled up, I have a second slot for my magical tinkering.
Okay.
My first slot is a little gem that lights up
Okay.
and just throws like candlelight. The second thing
A
is
gun.
no, it is a I think they're just called a censure.
Hmm.
It's just a little metal box with a bunch of holes drilled into it. and that little box that I now have hanging on my hip emanates the scent of lilac.
Oh, cool.
Delightful.
Nice.
Sure, it smells like a fresh spring day.
He sure does.
He smells like you went to bed. Body Works.
Bed Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
I'm
Bed Bath
tired.
and Beyond Body Works.
Anyway, you all step through the door to the mansion, out onto the street.
Con saves from everybody.
It is just the sun is just appearing over there. You guys
Those
do?
bay fries were delicious, but
Ooh.
You
Oh,
see,
that's why.
Cito looks a little thinner with how much he was.
You don't know has blue eyes instead of brown.
Yeah.
I'm hungry though.
Most cafes do too.
Had nudges, Arthea. They have those pastries that you like.
Ooh, the little ones with the.
The cinnamon and the frosting. Yeah.
They have these little pastries, and they have kind of rolled in cinnamon, and then they have sugar on top, and then some of them are frosted, and some of them are not. Frosted ones are best, but some people don't like sugar.
That sounds
That's not gonna be a problem.
delicious. Barry, we should get some. What color is your hair now? Blue. So you've gone back to winter.
Mhm.
This is probably the first time I notice it. It just takes me off guard. What the hell is going on outside? It's Wednesday. It's fireworks night.
Fuck all of your plans to get to bed at a decent hour.
Yeah, that's pretty much around here.
No, she was just saying the pastries with cinnamon and sugar and frosting. We should get one.
Sounds
Let's
like
get
it would
one.
go great with coffee.
They do go very well with coffee.
Let's go.
Right. You all onto the street. It doesn't vibrate, but as you walk up to the Lucky Bead, you can
You
see
hear?
standing just outside the mage that you had spotted that almost cast a spell on Arathea. She stands, arms, hands crossed in front of her. She looks mildly uncomfortable. She just sort of looks around, a slight judgy look, and then spots you.
Io?
I'm right
Io.
here.
Oh,
Here. Yes.
did you save us a spot in line? Yes. Well, it's okay. Full of flour. Hi.
Takes the
Good
flower.
morning. Heard of these really great pastries inside that are rolled in cinnamon and have some extra sugar on there, and it's just the flour. It's specifically a daisy.
I know.
It's a nice way to start the morning.
She sticks it
It's like a
into her
little
lapel.
burst of sunshine.
Make a perception check.
Adriel wants to give this person a once over and see if she can clock any weapons on her that may take them by surprise or anything.
Make a perception check.
As
14.
soon as we spot her, Dermot starts humming to himself. And I just counter charm.
Sure. Got it.
19.
18?
19.
19. Q. She puts the flower in her lapel. You think you can see what looks like a root of another flower that had long since been either, removed or whatever. You just see evidence that another flower had once sat in there. You give her a once over, and you can see that she does have. You can spot, like, as the breeze kind of comes through and her robes kind of open a little bit. She is wearing similar steel and gold pieces of armor. Not like a full set, but there are elements to her outfit that offer that same look. You can spot that there is a book on her hip, and there is this series of small like cylinders that are assembled on her belt right next to each other, and you can spot intricate filigree that is hiding in runes. So she doesn't have anything immediately in her hands,
Yeah.
but you can tell that even in this instance, she's always prepared.
Cad will mutter to Arthea.
Dermot's doing counter charm.
Mhm.
And
We
she-
just have advantage against being frightened or charmed.
I want to do comprehend languages just
Okay.
to have it up for next hour.
Sure.
I'm not sure what folks are speaking here.
Yeah.
good.
Can we
She
understand what is she speaking common to Cito?
Yes, she is speaking Exandrian common. So
Okay.
you all can understand.
Yep. Still gonna keep it up in case I need to read anything weird.
Friend stepped inside for pastries
And coffee.
and coffee. Like to delay our conversation until he returns with his treat. Fine waiting.
I'd like to know how my mother is.
He's safe. Worried about you. He's worried about Eve and her son, who have been missing for quite some time.
They're alive.
Oh, you'll be happy to know that.
The members of this board you speak of.
Yes.
This is a Faraday. They're a woman that looked like me.
You see, she thinks for a moment. One moment. She looks away, and her eyes glow bright white. And you can almost see flickering energy in front of the glow, almost like she's replaying something. And then the glow eventually fades. Yes, there was. Was adorned with a strange tiara of flowers and a strange mask, but did reveal herself. We recognize the connection to you and your group and decided to take action. Something that we do in most instances. But given the current state of things, watching is no longer a viable action.
When you say we,
Yes, the Order. My apologies. The Order of the Triennium. We exist to ensure its protection, as well as the division of the planes worlds, as they are so balanced, should remain so.
but they're not.
Sorry?
It'll be
No, they're
No.
not. Precisely the issue. Say at this point you return with your coffee and pastries. My apologies, my assistants are shitting around the corner.
Oh.
It's like it's gone. So all these shops are opening. People are flinging carts around.
Warforged systems are typically very quiet, but due to a watermelon incident, it basically sounds like pots and pans smashing against themselves. I'll say at this point you return. You have a gigantic cup of coffee and several pastries in
I will take one.
Everybody?
your mark
For
off
everyone.
mark off a gold.
Probably take eat.
Probably find somewhere more private to speak.
the house be safe to go to.
They
Were
have
those
means,
enchantments
but
on the
I
house?
understand your mistrust if you choose a location yourselves.
Were those enchantments on the house done by you?
Our goal is to prevent the knowledge planes ever getting out. You scoff, but the truth is that the Whispered One's banishment from Exandria only delayed his goal. It seems he has found a new home, world known as Bivin. Has taken ownership of the lands there. There are some who fight to resist his control, but there was a being that was taken from Bivin and brought somewhere in Exandria that must be returned. I assume you are aware of the existence of trials. He kind of
Explain.
glances at you as you're just sort of studying her and just sort of gives you a look like,
If you can remove the charms on the house, perhaps that is the safest place for us to speak. However, I don't want to walk into an ambush, and I want to speak to my mother.
I will ensure that she is brought to you. Like, I can lead the way to the house so you can keep an eye on it.
Brad will speak to her in Celestial and say, your Warforged to stay outside.
The Warforged, she responds in Celestial. The Warforged have returned to the Alexander. It's just me that you speak with.
We do know some information about your Alexander based on certain things we've read.
The
Wrong
manuscript.
character.
Indeed.
We have been searching quite some time for those pages. I would hope that it has been disposed of, but if I know natives, I wouldn't be surprised if you copied it for yourself as an additional record.
They're safe.
So, and at this point, you guys are walking. As you step away, she waves her hand, and you guys watch as there's an after image of you all talking, moving backwards until you guys are not there. Continue walking towards the house.
Can
Kat,
I
Wait, say
use
that again?
Arcana check?
Go
What
for it.
the fuck is going on?
Can I assist?
I'll say the two of you walking along are like, what the fuck was that? So yes, I will
Usually the
allow.
whole group keeps going. We just
Okay, we'll catch up.
Go ahead, roll with advantage.
while they're walking, Kat is going to mutter to Gladius, who, when she's
Oh,
not
God.
holding him, she always carries him on her back. So
I don't know what that one was.
his hilt is right here, and she just says, Gladius, keep an eye out.
Oh yeah, I've got my head on a swivel for sure.
Yeah.
Of course. We'll ensure that nothing shall sneak up on you again. And you almost see the two little spindly arms kind of do this along the sides of the blade as he just stares behind you.
I'm gonna make you a Gladius that has bendable arms.
that's posable.
Yeah.
I should see if I can crochet one. Pipe cleaner.
Oh.
I am still counter charming.
Gotcha.
I am no longer humming.
Mm.
Fiona and I are essentially just like plucking a tune.
Oh dear. No, I'm just kidding. No, she doesn't say anything. She understands that for some of you, apparently her speaking puts them off, so she, remains silent unless she's asked to speak. Yes. We're continuing your counter charm. What was your Arcana?
28.
With a 28, you don't know the specific spell. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
magic that exists beyond
I mean,
some of the most advanced spells that you've seen. But you do know its effect. She's essentially, with a flick of her wrist, rewriting time
Okay.
in that teeny little pocket. So everything you just finished talking about does not get around to other people and spread.
Basically kind of have a little bubble of.
A bubble of reverse time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Is it similar, at least similar in nature? In terms of it doesn't really fit into a spell school that exists in the world these days.
Mhm.
And is it similar to some of the magic that Arthea does?
Yes.
Okay.
If
At least
anything,
familiar.
you can recognize some
Mhm.
similarities. This is
Way.
way more advanced.
Okay.
But-
You see their Dr. Head to Thurston and like start talking equations.
You think that they would the necklace then? Do you think it comes from them? Why would the butler have that?
Is
You
this
feel
woman
like your
Gujo, is she
butler
humanoid or is she also a warforged?
She's humanoid.
I understand your butler
She
is
human.
the strangest, most efficient butler.
Yeah, he's very good at his job. That's why we hired him.
Well, yes, of course, but he also disappears and reappears and is always there.
Very good at his job. That's why we hired him.
I don't think there's many of butlers.
Yeah, that's why we hired him. We would hire only the best.
Yes, I think that possibly what he
Um,
And everyone else is still walking, ignoring the fuck out of us.
Fucking
Like,
I'm
just
20
enjoying
feet
my
behind.
coffee.
Yes, I think the necklace is.
as
Like
you
gooey and all over your face.
Person for how messy I am.
Oh, wow.
as you all are walking,
Mhm.
she does cock her head. Cito. Tell me, what is your name?
Mine?
Yes.
Shudo.
You really learned nothing. Okay, wow.
Interesting. She just. Eventually, you do reach the house, and you step inside, and all of the strange bits, like the piece of glass that had been missing, all of that is now removed, and the house is in tip-top shape. He steps inside and just sort of stands near the fireplace.
What
Yeah.
is this? Hold outside, is my question.
Given how early it is, it's a little chilly, but it's not like
She's not going to
Winter.
let the fireplace in.
Because it was late summer.
Summer. Until Lori, anyway.
So I guess when y'all walk in, it's to like a big room lined with bookshelves, comfortable furniture, straight into a dining room and a small kitchen, but well stocked. And then there is a hallway where you can see that it leads down to bed. Not a big house by any means, but it's comfortable. And Arthea will be familiar with it because she stayed with Kat.
You see Arthea sheepishly walk over to a bookshelf and pull a book out of her bag that she borrowed when they first left the house like 2 years ago, and realized about 6 months later was with her, and just kind of, sheepishly like,
you just find there's that one spot in the bookshelf where it's like something should have gone there, and then you see it filled by the book.
My dad minds you having
what a dog means.
I think it was an adventure.
Ask your questions. Which room's your room?
Yes.
Try this at the end of
What's
the hallway
up?
on the right.
Do you follow the way?
She absolutely
as
figured.
well?
The Wayfarer was a unfortunate bit of communication that originated some time ago, where one of ours left the Alexander to fraternize with the. I apologize if this find a better term. Denizens of this plane.
The Wayfarer was a name for the Triennium. They are one and the same. We, unfortunately, only just recently understood that its existence had, in a way, been revealed, and unfortunately, several small temples to this Wayfarer had been constructed, not realizing that it was the Triennium. Speaking.
Follow-up question. What is the Triennium?
We totally did not update him last night like we said we were going to. We all passed out.
It's okay, Steve needs a recap.
Is a being that exists outside you understand as time and space. It's a force that ensures that each universe remains divided and that there is no imbalance.
Thanks.
That's my ankle.
Jesus.
Damn.
To make it better. Response same, Jared head.
Yeah.
You okay?
No, it's so sad. It was stiff.
Did I get this necklace then?
Probably because Theodora, when she left the Alexander, had fallen for another gnome by the name of Ceto. It's a memento, most likely, to you. Left you with some hopeful, good family after you.
I did have a good. Wait, so you knew?
Knew your mother, not know your father. It was forbidden for us to interact with those who existed normally plane. Such involvement was dangerous. It might have revealed the existence of the Triennium. Instructed not to take of however many desires came across our path. Theodora, young and in love, managed to escape the Alexander and alleviate any capture.
Dermot comes clip-clopping back down the hallway from Cad's room, carrying little wooden dagger
Oh, yeah.
that's been sharpened somehow. You were always
Are they
like
still
this, weren't
alive?
you?
Well, I had to learn at some point. The way to learn is with the real thing.
I mean, you do have
Are
a
my
point there.
parents still alive?
You can keep that if you want.
Her expression becomes strained. I do not know of your father, but I do know that Theodora was eventually found. Fortunately, given the gravity trail, faced judgment. Was banished from this plane and from the Alexander.
Where was she banished to?
Don't know.
Did you
Assigned-
ask?
I knew that by asking, putting myself in a similar crossfire. I was assigned to bring her in. I was not the one to assign them.
Was she creative like me, putting things like watermelons into your Warforged?
He reaches up into that pocket. She produces 3 seeds.
I suppose enjoy your mother's memento however you wish.
If I have a little, I have like a little pocket. These were my mom's.
Loved finding them. She never shut up about them. But she was charming in that.
What was she to you?
Definitely your mom.
She was a friend. And you don't even need to roll insight. That was a difficult thing to say out loud. There was more than just that one word could define. Sorry. Could not be more helpful ensuring remaining on this plane.
Well, you know what? The good thing is that she could still be alive.
It's true.
You know, I learned from the pack that took me in that sometimes you just need to look at the bright side and smile through things, even when they're not doing so. Smiling sometimes helps, at least to everyone else around you.
You see, she's trying to like keep the superiority complex up. She's trying to remain as like emotionless as possible, but you register that you saying that like rang some memories loose in her mind. She just nods. See on her face, it lands. Maybe not as much as you'd hope, but she acknowledges.
I will kind of like clear her throat and be like,
What if Cad's
"What can you tell us about the attack from the morgue? Why were they here?"
As I understand it, soon sister had arrived with ill will. I did manage to find that your brother and father, according to your mother, had left some weeks prior. Had some business to attend to, and they wanted to see if they could locate you. Followed, showed up on her doorstep with several of his. We managed to intervene before any drastic measures were taken.
Cad will look at her friends and say they took her because it's my fault.
Could have been you or
It's-
her.
Not your fault that he has her. It's
No.
his fault that he has her.
Agreed.
You can't blame yourself for this.
I kind of put a hand on your shoulder. In this one particular instance,
Yeah.
you were not the asshole.
Doesn't look
Just this once. Just this
on
once.
you. Gonna blame someone, you can blame the board.
You can't do the same thing as I can. It's spite.
I don't know. It was pretty formidable as it was. Had a lot of the same qualities in combat you did. Not the exact same, but a lot of the same.
She wasn't fallen when I left, but I imagine she is now. Can't collect souls for him, but I guess.
Oh.
Do you have any idea where he is?
We haven't been able to get close to him. Strangely knows where to look if we were to keep an eye. Given her ability and her position of leadership amongst her subordinates, I would assume she is right at his side. We've also been doing some additional research. It seems that the Whispered One, as he is known here, Vecna elsewhere, not originate here. We are attempting to research where exactly the entity known as Vecna Whispered One originated, but have found roadblock after roadblock. Seems whatever memories or records of his existence elsewhere have been.
You said that they said that we had to return the primal Vivin. What would that matter of the plane they're on?
Primal is a being, it's the physical, spiritual representation of the. If a primal is removed from their home plane suffers greatly.
What causes to become unbalanced?
Yes,
Then that can leave the door open for other things.
precisely. We believe that the primal, having been missing, is what is causing blend our two of this world Vivin.
There's only one per plane.
Yes. If one should die, the power of the primal transfers to another individual of the same.
Happens if they're brought into a plane in the state.
I assume it would take time, but eventually, whatever is ailing that particular plane would eventually resolve itself, return to balance, as it should.
What if the Whispered One? That's the worst.
Can they use them?
Understand, our order looks at the balance of it, treats it as top priority. If the Whispered One were to gain control of the primal, assume it would grant him unspeakable abilities, but he would be confined to that plane. If the primal is not returned, then the boundaries that have been in place by the triennium would eventually erode. And the balance of everything called into question.
So ultimately, you're saying that the decision is to sacrifice this other world for the greater good. Not like that.
Make me. So, is Thurston speaking from a personal perspective when referring to the primal being returned, Vecna taking the control of them, that sort of thing? Like, are you thinking about Marin right now?
Yeah. You think about like his friend, but also like just
The morality
yeah.
of it.
Tell it to me straight.
Yeah.
You are literally saying we have to sacrifice this other plane of existence for the greater good. Is that what your order truly thinks is the best cause?
Make me. I will leave it to your decision. Either a persuasion or a deception check.
Wow, dice! What the fuck?
Okay.
I mean, it's a 10 either way. I guess persuasion.
I didn't bring dice, Joe. That's where you are.
In spirit.
Wait till we
You are,
get home.
you are commuting your sentence, but just right now.
Wait until we get home.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
She,
The worst of sentences.
takes a moment and gives you a little bit of an appraising look. In order to preserve existence as a whole, sacrifices must be made.
About removing thought from that.
Suppose if you were to alleviate the Whispered One and his horde, suppose that the plane would continue to live and flourish once the primal is returned. But such an act would require a lot of determination and skill. This is a being that has possibly worked his way through other planes, similar to what he is doing in Bit.
Continue. If he
It won't
stays,
stop.
he won't stop.
What is
He'll move to another world.
if the Trienium's goal is to preserve the balance of worlds? What is your plan of attack with the Whispered One then? His continued existence also threats the balance.
I understand that what I am going to say may sound a plane that is lost every century or two is minimal. As time and existence and reality continues to spawn more and we have kept track of the ones that have been lost to his corruption. But considering the vastness that is possibility, and therefore the existence of further planes that are conjured because of that, his impact is relatively.
What if they're not? What if he keeps moving forward
And what if he keeps getting better at it?
and it keeps expanding? Things, more worlds collapse than can be born.
We have contingencies in place in case someone of that ability presence known. At that point, we would go on the offensive and remove cancer.
Is not the best treatment, early treatment.
We are not to get involved. Smaller.
Unbelievable! Do you hear this? We are not to get involved? You're already involved.
You're here.
If you weren't
talking
involved,
to
you wouldn't be
us.
talking to us in the first place or saving families from him. You're already involved in affecting timelines. He's destroying realms in other planes and disrupting families. That's not going to fix anything. Those people are displaced across planes. It's not just the primals. You realize that, right? There are people from Bivin that are here.
Yes, we believe that the cause is that the primal from Bivin is somewhere in Exandria, causing the boundaries between the two planes to blur.
Yes.
As such, the portals continue to manifest, and others unfortunately fall in. As such, our involvement is to locate the primal of Bivin and return her
And
to her
interfere.
home plane.
So why not interfere with the actual threats?
I apologize if it wasn't clear. The decisions of such magnitude are above my pay grade.
Then I would
like
like
to
to speak
with the manager.
Excuse me. I'd like to speak to your supervisor.
Oh
I have a
Full
question.
Yeah. Karen, yeah. I'd like to speak to your supervisor.
Go ahead.
You
Sina.
can't help me? Never
Yeah.
mind.
You know, something I learned with my adopted family is that A family needs to
Better
stick
when they're all
together.
yellow.
A family needs to stick together to survive. If the lines are being blurred, don't we just completely unblur the lines and have the planes join and then become one bigger family? And then we
Right
just
now?
unite everybody to go against this Vecna?
No.
Vecna.
It's an egg. It's an egg at the end. And yes, you could do that. It
And
would-
then restore the planes to how they were.
yeah,
Are they maybe out of balance?
you could
now?
seal them again in theory. You reseal them.
I mean, at a minimum, if this threat that the Horde poses is really the cause of all of it,
Yeah.
why explain? I know you don't make the decisions.
Then stop talking
Mm.
to her. Please take it to someone who can have this conversation. I apologize, but thank you for your explanation. This is apparently bigger than you and
Mhm.
us. This is about the world that we have to live in. We deserve the opportunity to have this discussion and make the decision ourselves as well.
Persuasion check.
Okay, that's better. That's a 19.
You will excuse me for. She steps into the next room, and you can hear her speaking out loud. As she does, your medallion
Yeah.
vibrates,
Yeah.
and you can hear. I am receiving a request from the people of interest to speak with the head of the order.
She's asking.
You hear.
Like feedback.
Yeah.
When you walk,
Fear
when
when
you
it
have to
walks
walk, you go. You like an echo, you hear an echo, like just slightly delayed.
Like crying blood tears. Like
Head of the order, head of the order, head of the order. You hear another voice.
Well, I suppose it's the least we can do. Besides, I need to take this woman away from me. She keeps giving me more blankets. She thinks I'm cold.
You just hear,
Your mom really is.
Prepare for our arrival. And
oh, someone's coming.
she turns back.
It sounded like an old man.
you sound like somebody in a movie theater who doesn't know how to shut up and watch a movie.
Oh my god, do you think she knew that?
Is that this actor? I don't like that.
I don't like
Oh, he was Joffrey Baratheon. He's an asshole.
Io eventually walks back in.
Oh, hey, what's up, Io?
But is there anything you wish to do in the city before we depart for the Alexander?
Need to do anything?
I mean, you have time power, so when we come back, you could probably just bring us back here at this exact moment, couldn't you?
I could, but I'm offering you the courtesy.
Oh, God, thank you. Clear that I'm not going to find what I'm looking for here, and one person I know is safe is up there, so my answers.
We can find them.
Could
We
be
can
like,
go to the beach and fruit market another day.
do we have to like hold hands?
Feel
No.
together 3 times.
And she just mutters to herself as she moves her hand, and as she does, arcane symbols far more advanced here in bright glowing light in front.
I
Each of
grab
you
Faraday's hand anyway.
each of you sees as a similar Make me a quick dexterity check for both of you.
Oh my
What are you rolling?
See if we can calm it down. Yeah.
What did you get?
Oh my
18.
god, please tell me you get a transportation sigil to the Alexander.
Oh wait, 18 plus something.
Billion.
Yeah.
Mark down. You have an arcane sigil of cosmic teleportation.
That sounds amazing.
Swear to fucking God.
That was
So,
so much better.
Of course it was Rhodes. Of course. Everybody at the table, Rhodes is the one that gets it.
Use it well.
It's fine. It's fine. We're
fine,
okay.
guys. It's
It's
fine.
fine.
Also, when we land on the Alexander, Kadra will look at her and say, by the way, I would like you to fix the age thing that whatever your people did to us yesterday.
I apologize for the deception. We've been having this conversation. You all feel that glowing glyph on your chest expand until the room is filled with blinding light that even if you close your eyes, it is too bright. It threatens to drive you mad with how much your eyes seem to burn till slowly that light fades. And the breeze that you had been feeling previously while on the streets of Nicodranas has been magnified. As you slowly open your eyes to focus, you look forward and see clouds.
Ooh.
And endless sky in front of you.
Gertie reaches up for Thurston's shoulder.
Nope.
16
Okay.
on his
You're
con
good.
save.
You're good, you're good.
Like, she immediately realizes where we are and just, like, hand on elbow.
Oh my
Are we near? Are we on? We're on a deck or outdoors of some
Yes.
kind. Can we?
Yes.
Can we peer over?
You peer over
Just clouds.
and you can see,
I feel like a Thurston.
What are you doing?
you can see some cloud cover.
An island.
You do see an island.
Hey.
But it is far down in the distance. As you are
Verity's
looking
fine.
down
Sam hates heights.
and see that island, you can see that you are on a mammoth airship that isn't built like a standard airship. This is a city that is floating in the sky that has multiple rings.
I thought you were gonna say that it was grown.
No.
It wasn't
each-
built. It was grown.
The city itself looks to match that same motif, steel and gold. Each ring has these long spires that constantly rotate, almost like some strange advanced arcane magic is keeping this incredible mammoth suspended in the air. As you look over the edge and see the island, on the lower ring, you see an airship that looks familiar. You see that its sails have been taken down, and you see, and it's far down. It's like 2 or 3 rings lower. You can see teeny little specks of people moving on and off that. As you turn, you see that the ring that you're on is just empty on the outer ring itself. Like this docking is just there's no they don't need to have like hangars or anything. They just fucking show up. They don't have to fly a thing. They're just here. But it leads to this central, almost like egg-shaped, incredibly gargantuan inner chamber to this floating city where you can assume all the magic happens. As you turn and sort of take in the sight, Io stands mildly put off that you are like.
If you will follow me, I'll show you to the Elder's chambers. She turns and just starts walking.
I am not so much looking at. This is like an incredible indoor space, right?
Yes.
Okay. And there's kind of like shit everywhere, and there's people everywhere too, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Everybody, you are noticing something. Everybody has a similar, almost Grecian style dress.
Okay.
White robes of some kind. You are noticing that some of them have different accent colors. Some have red, blue, some have
Star
gold.
Trek.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And each of them has a pin on their shoulder with a different symbol. Everything is by far and wide more advanced technology-wise than you have ever seen. You see creatures of all different sizes and shapes, each bearing this same motif.
Okay.
As everybody contributes in some way, shape, or form to keeping this society intact.
As we're walking, I'll just like raise my hands above my head and clap as loud as I can, and I listen for the echoes.
Okay.
That is perception. That is 17. How are the acoustics in here?
You clap. Then you hear the echo.
Immediately start playing as we walk.
As you start playing music,
It is. I start playing like a parade march as we walk.
as you start playing, first off, you all walking behind Io, everyone looks with wide eyes and concerned expressions as Io just puts a hand up. People's minds at ease. You actually had something to say.
Oh, Io, is it possible to fly off of this?
Yes. I wouldn't recommend it, though. I don't think you.
Please don't. Please don't. Could you please not?
Cito's like, yes, I can. Spare me again, you bitch.
Just sitting there being like, oh god,
Show
oh
you.
god, they're
Don't
gonna
be-
do the flying thing again, guys.
No, they have a nice day.
This is why we have the signs.
Yeah.
No flying.
Caution.
Spitting, yeah, no spitting, no flying.
You guys walk from the outer ring in through mammoth double doors. And as they open, you see this impossible walkway that looks like it moves up and twists and turns. As the interior of this city is this hive of different rooms and different locations. You see, you can see several spots where it seems that there's technology researchers. You see people who are growing gardens, but they're upside down, directly above you. You see, I'm going to use this term. I know it's a movie. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Everything has its place in this insanity that is before you.
And a parade march
Yes.
is 23, by the way.
Everybody that you pass by, and especially those inside the city, as the sounds start to echo, stop and
I think Kat is quite anxious to get to her mother, so she's probably following closely behind the woman. But before they left the manor this morning, she probably made sure that she probably asked Dermot to prestidigitation her armor to make sure it was like bacon span and like
I got you, bro.
spikes polish, and has all of her swords like
All of them.
Mhm.
everywhere all at once. And
Uh,
she's just like straight back, looking straight ahead.
as you walk, you hear Gladius in your ear.
Been watching this whole time. They let the calamity.
She just says, "How do you know?"
They are timeless and ageless. One can assume they sat back, watched as many lives were lost.
You just get this sense of anger coming off of Gladius.
Do you remember anything?
Fighting scaled tyrant. Remember seeing thousands dead.
Oh,
Just know that as you unsheathe me, I would like nothing more. Spill as much of their blood as possible.
And this is like there's no roguish charm, there's no happy-go-lucky. This is the one time you've heard Gladius say, I want to kill these people.
I think at that, because she's so used to his normal demeanor, Kedra like makes her hair on the back of her neck stand up a little bit, but she tries to keep a very straight face. And she says, "By the end of this, I promise you that you'll be helping me spill the whisper."
It will function as a replacement.
At this point, you guys are following along this insanity of a walkway. You eventually come to what looks like a small office that has a large set of double doors, similar to the ones you entered from. One end of the room, you can see that this room is pure white, with a receptionist desk in one corner, and you see like a white couch and like two extra chairs and like coffee table, and seated in one of these couch cushions is an older woman, not wearing the accoutrement of the Triennian order. Would you describe your mother, please?
She's tall like Cad, though not quite as tall as her, and she has Cad's eyes, same light blue color. Though her hair is blonde, she Cad more like her dad. And she is middle-aged and not she doesn't look like she spends a lot of time fighting. If you look at her hands closely, they're calloused, and she spends a lot of time. She was a seamstress, so she works with her hands a lot, and she just has a very pleasant general demeanor. Unlike what Dermot probably thinks Cad's general demeanor is, she would find Dermot very delightful.
Yeah.
Mom.
I am a delight. Damn it.
And she's the type of mom that always wants to make sure everybody has eaten, had something to drink, is warm enough. Do you need a sweater? Arthea, your skin and bones. Have another lemon square. You know. And what do you mean you have nowhere to stay? You're staying with us, of course. You know, so she's very kind.
The moment you fully step into the room, she immediately rises and rushes over and just pulls you and Arthea into a very, very tight. Oh my god. You are staying warm wearing that? What is wrong with the two of you? I told you to pack an extra cloak just in case it got a little too breezy. And we are thousands of feet into the air. Have you eaten?
Mom.
Have you eaten?
You have winter clothes.
Enchanted.
She just pulls you back into a hug again. Really, really worried about you.
About us.
Well, seems each of us in the family has run into some, obstacles.
They took Zaziel.
Did.
Arthea saw God and Gabriel in another plane of existence.
Oh, well, are they eating well?
No.
I love her so
I
much.
think they
So
might
much.
be mad. Well, actually, to be fair, I only saw your husband. I heard mention of Gabriel, but didn't see him.
Well, how is Julian doing?
I think he's better now than he was. I think he had a rough go of it for a bit,
Okay.
but
Well, that's fine. I know he packed his cloak.
he did appear. I mean, it was dirty and a bit damaged, but it seemed.
Damaged? What happened?
I have no idea.
Make a deception check.
Okay. Did she mean like what happened to him?
Yes.
Because she doesn't know.
That's true. I would
Yeah,
say
you don't know what actually happened.
you don't know what
It's not the after
specifically happened to him. I would say that you did see that he was locked in a dungeon
Yeah.
for a hot
God will
second.
try to divert her
No,
attention.
she's not gonna try to lie. She's just gonna explain that I didn't see that much. It was like walking into a conversation halfway that was already ongoing.
That's just rude.
I didn't really get a choice in the matter. But he was in a cell of some kind.
Ugh. Did he start stealing again?
It's entirely
You
possible.
know, I told
Kermit
him
immediately
I
perks up
told
at
him
that.
when
And then looks at
younger
you.
that he would have been a bad influence, and I'm guessing. And she kind of looks at Kat.
I have a feeling he might have been stealing for the right reasons, and that's how he ended.
Mother, I think the important thing here
alive.
is what happened to you.
I'm fine.
Did Zaziel hurt you?
She may have tried, but I'm fine. Wonderful people came to my rescue. Thank you. And Io says,
Have they treated you well?
"Oh, of course, yeah, it's fine. It's a little chilly in here." And she just again glares at the receptionist, who's like this, like a platypus, just like.
How long has Zaziel been gone?
See, it was close after she kind of went missing.
He follow us?
Oh, as he always. Oh, well, I shouldn't say whole much, but she wasn't gonna venture out too far. Nicodranus is home. We had our happy little family. We knew that, Capriel had some stuff she needed to do. So we were, accepting and understanding that at some point, Dad was going to come back home. Azio was excited for that. Too long after.
Before she went missing, did she say anything?
No,
Didn't make any new friends or maybe talk to anyone?
there was one person. She mentioned that she ran into kind of like you. It's why we have that big fight.
I'm sorry, I walked off with one of your books. I returned it before we came here.
But that's okay. Did you get a good read out of it?
Oh yes.
Oh, perfect. Then that's fine. Well, she did go to the library. She did. She said she was helping somebody else there. She said that she was mute, couldn't communicate. But she was another elf, it seemed, and they were conversing over interesting knowledge of planes. I don't read a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, she had a long blonde hair. I met with her once. She was very nice. I know a lot about her. She wasn't really speaking that much. She looked like she needed a blanket around her at all times. She's a little It's a little thing.
Promise you, Mother, not everybody needs a blanket.
Everybody could use a blanket. I am so sorry. Hi. I'm Campbell's mom.
They're my friends, Mom.
I
We
would hope so. They've
have
standing
been-
here.
We've been traveling together into situations,
Trouble.
I suppose.
We've had a lot of fun.
Oh, see, she said situations. I already knew.
It's trouble.
This is Dermot.
And I remove my hat at your service.
Oh, it's a gentleman. You can.
All just didn't.
Is this one of those where I should wait until later to have that? Hi, wonderful to meet
Maybe
you,
like
Dermot.
still got your elbow, like you feel this squeeze.
Kind of like she's pale. She's blush. No.
You're blushing.
Okay.
I'm white as a sheet. Because that's a fate worse than death.
Oh.
You know,
No.
I'm just saying it's not that outlandish.
This is
Anyway,
Faraday.
nice to meet you,
Nice to
Faraday.
meet you.
Oh, I love you. So pretty.
Tito.
Hi. Pull a seat out and little Daisy.
As you pull a seat out, you do Druidcraft, and it spawns into a beautiful red and orange flower that almost looks like it flickers like it's on fire, and you realize that that is one of the seeds from.
Oh. Hey, I grabbed the Daisy.
Oh, thank you.
Wrong. Sorry.
Oh, it's
That one I need to keep for just a little bit.
Oh, sure.
But I'm Cito.
Well, thank you. This is, you know,
Awkward.
very nice and romantic of you. Thank you. She like tucks it into her blouse.
Thurston, a pleasure.
Oh, wonderful to meet you, Thurston. You are you a lawyer or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm
He's
not
a very
from
skilled
school.
sorcerer.
Oh, a magical. Well, that's that's a plus for sure. That's a pro, not a con.
I am leaning so hard on you, like trying not to laugh, like stifling
This-
laughter
they're
in your
holding each
like,
other.
yeah,
This
for real.
city that you're from, Nicodron.
Why is this conversation so
How
familiar?
Minnesota is
Yeah, she's
And
delving
actually-
very Minnesota.
He's a magical type.
Thurston just gets awkward. Like, oh, it's not funny. Away.
the color returns to Dermot's face. That those questions have shifted away from him.
Now it's funny again.
Now it's funny again.
Mother, nobody here is looking to, parlay with each other.
Parlay with each other. I suppose that's one way to. But hey, I'm just saying it's nice to keep your options open. If you're, real close with somebody, you never know what might do it.
I'm perfectly happy. I'm fine.
Okay.
Arthea is great. She and Thurston are divine dancers together. You should ask them
They
about it.
dance together.
I'm rolling insight on this.
Bit of a true story. I actually didn't think of Julian as much
As soon as Ed starts like trying to turn
Do you have a
the
secret
spot, like,
crush on
and
Tito?
throw Thurston under the bus.
Like that, no?
As soon as you start throwing Thurston under the bus, she's like, "Oh, it is such a shame that Marin couldn't be here. Just see this, don't you think?"
Oh, you have another friend. Man,
Oh, yes.
Marin's a real pretty name.
Oh, yes, I believe that
Very
Tad
pretty
and Marin
woman.
were quite close. Yes.
Very close.
Interesting.
We had some
We had
great
very good
conversations about
conversations.
weaponry.
All night.
Well, that sounds
call it.
thrilling, I'm sure.
whole night long.
It's always how it starts.
And trying to make me put on my
Yes.
I'm the
As
youngest
you-
of 5. I could do this all day.
As you all are having this conversation, eventually Io says, "Sorry,
I must see if the elder is ready to receive you. Excuse me.
And she turns and starts walking, and you definitely get the hint that she's like, "Fuck, God, get me out of here."
As Io's walking
Yeah,
away,
really.
I
What a
run up
snooty
to her.
bitch.
Really,
These fox need to stay out of the world.
Here, I think Mom would have wanted you to have this. I still got a couple more. I'll just grow more.
Well, you could plant them.
Mm-hmm. I haven't planted them.
Well, she takes it, and as
Cultivate
Opposed to
seed.
before, where she begrudgingly
did anything, she puts it in her pocket and specifically, like, fits it so that it will not move, that its flower will out. Sleep it.
I go and smell the flower.
Well, it's on
You-
the
Can you
thing.
reach?
you smell
You
Yeah.
smell the equivalent of the coziest campfire that you immediately think of roasting marshmallows. You think of the brisk smell of fall, and for the net. Oh, so roll a d4.
Kuja, I have a question.
Well,
You said that everybody on this ship is all wearing like kind of matching toga-ish
No.
outfits with colored sashes or whatever kind of
That's a one.
garbage. What color is Io wearing?
Io is wearing a royal blue.
Royal blue.
Yes. You've seen a handful of a similar color, but they are few and far in between. You've seen a lot of the other colors. Blue has been rare.
Rare.
Yes.
Other than just that color in their clothing, are there any other similarities that? And I can roll a retroactive perception or something for this. But are there any other similarities that would help identify what blue means?
Go ahead and make me a perception check. Cedo, for 1 week, you are resistant to fire.
Hey.
Great.
Oops, works.
Jesus Christ.
Something Thurston would never say.
He
Ten.
blue screened at that.
Uh,
Thurston
Still
Kelsey
doesn't
will do that and was like, "Oh, buddy."
Resistance.
The kind of
It's gonna be like her breasts really helped me.
Yeah, her breasts.
I swear to God, I love you guys so much. Jesus. There are so many different guilds, as you can sort of understand these different colors and pins to mean. But in the short time you've been here and the short exposure you have to IO, you're not sure
Okay.
what.
So it's not like all the people in blue, they all wear like glasses and pocket protectors, or
no.
they all carry
Oh,
like
please.
bazookas on their backs or something like that.
Io says, "Thank you very much, Cedo."
You're welcome.
And she
Have a happy day.
she does smile and shake her head before moving to the double doors, and she looks to the platypus that is sitting at the desk. As he inside. Oh.
Why is it
She
a platypus?
steps inside,
Why not?
and a few
Racist
moments later,
against platypi.
a few
I
moments
just wanted to
later,
learn that there were sentient platypi
the
people.
doors slowly open to reveal basically like the presidential suite office of the trio.
Cadriel will.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Cadriel will just turn to her mother and say, "We have to go have this conversation." I
I understand. Hey, you're involved with some pretty stuff. It's gotta be a little scary. I'm here. I did manage to grab it. You're gonna say I don't need it, Mom, but I need a little bit of home.
She just gives her mom a kiss on the cheek and steps into the room.
You all step into the room, and that is
Mhm.
where we're going to end the session.
Hooray!
Oh,
I feel kind of
Guys.
bad saying hooray. They're like, hooray, it's
no.
finally over.
Hooray, we all survived.
Yeah. Got to the manager.
Yes.
We did.
To everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you so much. I love these people with all my heart. And it's a little sad when Tina and Court have to depart, but
Fine, we'll be back.
yes.
We'll be back.
Yeah, we're going house hunting.
You're going to the house store to get a house.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve's, I see you over there.
Oh, I see you. I see you there.
I see you, baby.
Shaking that ass.
Be
Your pop.
It's
like
100%. That's
"How
exactly
the
what
fuck did she know?"
But everybody be nice to each other. Thank you guys so much for the support. Definitely find us on all of the socials to keep up with what we're doing next. But be nice to each other, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.